I think we're recording. Yes, we're recording. Yay!
Okay. Okay, I'm clicking the share entire screen. Oh, there we go. And now I can share with you.
I'm going to grab a little bit of water while you get set up.
Yeah. All right.
So we're basically going to be coming. There's
Are you seeing my screen?
Yes, sir. So those islands just south of Karaku, we're going to be parking on the evening of October 31st up there, and just south of the line that the insurance company established. There's a little port called Salt. Oh gosh, what is it? Salt something. Just a minute.
Sailing Bay.
Salt Bay. I think it's called Salt Bay.
Oh, we're on Sailing Island. So I don't know what Salt Bay is at. Is Salt Bay on Karaku? No, it doesn't sound like it.
Just
how far north is it?
Just
south of that.
Let's see here.
If you can see my screen, guide me to where you think it might be.
Yeah, just a second. Let me find that on my Google Maps.
Because there's only a couple places. So there's, if you leave the island of Grenada, then there's a great place that we found, which was a Rode Island. Rode. Yeah, Ronde.
Right, and there's Salt Bay. Oh shoot, where was it?
They're saying it's south of Tyrrell Bay. It has to be on one of these islands, which I wouldn't.
Here we go. Salt Whistle Bay.
Where's that?
Is on Sailing, is just north of Sailing Beach, which is north of Union Island.
Oh, okay. So that's a different country.
Yes.
All right. So Union Island, which is right here. Give me a second.
So my insurance will let me be in Salt Whistle Bay. That's the closest point to the latitude I can be. So I was wondering about departing the morning of the November 1st from that vicinity.
Come on. Huh. There's Union Island. So Union Island is St. Vincent. And you need to check in, just FYI, right here. Get this mapped up.
So check in where?
Right here. Yep, Union Island right here. So this is a Roundabout Reef or whatever. I don't know what this. Clifton, Union Island. You see where it's at the southern eastern corner.
Yeah,
that's where the customs office is to check into St. Vincent. Here's right there. There's customs office right there.
Okay.
So whatever this bay is called, Clifton Harbor. That's going to be,
So we'd check in there on the 31st.
Yep.
Or we could go sooner. There's no reason why we didn't have to wait. We could go out the 30th.
Yeah. It's up to you on that.
Okay.
But that's and then if you're gonna check out of that country, because this is basically your first stop of the Grenadines in St. Vincent, because you're not going to stop at the other ones. You're not going to stop in Karaku.
No, probably not.
No. All right. So you get to check in at Union Island, and then your check out, just FYI, is going to be on the. There is only one. There's three places on St. Vincent, but you don't want to stop but at one of them. And it's right down here. So there's
Jim's joining us.
Okay. All right. Well, I can only see my own screen, so I can hear you, but I can only see my screen. So what we were told is Blue Lagoon Harbor on St. Vincent, right here. And I'm trying to think if this is where the customs is at. Oh, that's not where customs is at. But that's the only place on the Big Island that I've heard is a good place to stop. A safe place to stop. Dang it.
Okay, and what's
right.
what's the bay? Stop moving so I can read.
Sorry. Blue Lagoon Anchorage.
Blue Lagoon Anchorage. Okay, because I'm going to take notes as we're going. Okay, so check it out.
So that's a
Jim.
Hey.
So check out from Blue Lagoon Anchorage.
Yeah.
Jim, this is Jeff Mathews,
Yep.
who's down in Grenada right now, and he's given me his advice on check-in, check-out as we move north.
Hey, Jim.
We were together on Blue Water Cruising.
That's right.
Can you hear me?
What's that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were in some of those classes together in Blue Water Cruising. I don't know if you remember.
Oh, yeah? Hey, James. I can see you now. Yeah.
How are you doing,
Good to see you again.
Yeah, good
Yeah,
to
we're
see
doing
you.
all right. We're just trying to put a little bit of a start and
Were you
stop
in the
locations
cabinet
for
yet?
Evan. Carpenter. Not
Okay.
not
I'm in the
specific.
woodworking industry.
Oh yeah, I was I basically the last part of my career before I was sailing is I was doing basically bathrooms and kitchens, more high end and custom cabinets, kind of stuff like that. Anyway,
Manufacturing.
what's that, James?
Did you manufacture the cabinets?
No, I had a buddy of mine who had a cabinet shop, and he only worked for a couple different guys, and I was one of them. So, and he was basically just doing high end customs. He got tired of doing new construction because nothing was ever ready when he said it was, and so between me and another guy, we kept him busy. And so it was just one guy made the cabinets, but we got them installed, finished, so it was, high quality. It was nice. Anyway. But yeah.
So Jeff, as you head north, what's your plan? Is it the same or similar?
Very similar, yeah. So I'm gonna go right here, mostly because the blue dots, the little blue dots, green, teal, whatever they are.
Yeah.
Those are my stops or possible stops, and that I've laid out for myself. Obviously, when I get all the yellow and with the stars on them, those are all customs.
Okay.
So, like Caracue right there, we're going to check out at Caracue right here.
Yeah.
See that? The yellow star. And then we're going to, we'll buzz north and we'll check in at Union Island.
Okay.
And then we'll be, and Union Island is now in the St. Vincent. So I don't need to check out until after I go through all these islands, which I'm planning to explore.
Okay.
Which I haven't marked them up yet, but I will before I leave here. Anyway, and then I found where I'll check out at is right here. Actually, the bottom blue one there, the one we just talked about, the last one we just talked about, it was called Blue Lagoon or something. Yes. That's a safe, okay place. The other one that I have marked here is a do not go.
Where's a do not go?
This one. This
crime.
It says crime right on it. Yeah, I labeled it. Don't go there.
Bucament.
Yes.
Don't go near.
The only place that we were told was safe to stop.
Yeah, but with that being said, this Blue Lagoon was the only place that I was told was safe to stop.
Okay.
So we're skipping this whole island. We're gonna go here, but I mean, we may stay the night there. We may just pass this island straight up from another island, and this is your checking out. This is where you're gonna check out of St. Vincent.
Yeah, we didn't plan to stop at St. Vincent.
Oh, good. Then you just don't stop at St. Vincent.
We just wanted to sail on past it and go to Martinique.
Yep. Yeah, you're gonna go right past St. Lucia then.
Yep.
All right. So then the next one is Martinique, and so once again the yellow and stars are the customs. So depending on where you're wanting to go, I would probably guess you're just going to go to Fort France right here.
Well, the pretty harbor I thought was that one in Saint Anne, Le Maire.
Yeah, we're planning on going here.
Yeah, that looked like the pretty place.
Yeah.
But the place closer to the airport is the Port of France. So how far is the Port of France from this little bay? If we drop somebody off here, we're gonna have a 2 hour here.
No, I'm gonna find out here in just a second. But look at the shape. I guess those are all mooring balls.
Those are all mooring balls.
Yeah.
See there because that's
I'm gonna measure the distance for you real quick.
And that's in La Marin for the Marine. Yeah, I'm just wondering, what kind of car
Looks like 14 nautical miles. I mean, straight across, you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
So if you got to drop someone off, it's probably just better to land them in the bay.
Yeah, I'd say
Just
either
land them in the
we're
bay.
gonna, run over to the other bay in the morning or drop them off and they can tag.
Yeah.
A
To me,
not that far.
yeah, to me, look right here. There's a little bit of a a straight freeway that goes there.
Looks
I
like
would
looks like an anchorage right there.
yeah, there's a cruise ship right there, a small anchorage, but from there you can grab a taxi and jump on this freeway right here, and that takes you over the airport.
But we want to spend a little time in Martinique, maybe a day.
Yeah.
So we think the southern bay, Le Marin, was a much prettier place, but the busier place may be more fun. So have you been here, and what would you recommend?
No.
There's some
We're going to be, I haven't been here at all, but we are planning on spending a lot of time here, mostly because we're told that this is a great place to spend time, low crime, and plenty of first world amenities. Let's put it that way.
Right. And I thought St. Anne area, St. Lucia was going to be much prettier than Fort.
Yeah, that's just a port. This is a busy.
It just looks like
port city.
Port.
Yeah. So this here, so from my notes, I have this place marked on my map.
Yeah.
Just as I have been discovering things, sometimes you don't get them all per island. Sometimes it's a bunch of islands. But this one here, I heard is looks like just a couple of boats.
Yeah.
Great place to visit anyway. I'm not sure why.
Oh, and Le Marin there at St. Anne, that has that's a check.
It's going to be
port, right?
underneath by November 4th.
Hold on, Evan. What's that, Molly?
He's planning to be to Martinique by November 4th.
Yeah.
And we are still planning to meet the people maybe in St. Vincent on November
Yeah.
11th.
Yeah.
So you're not.
Yeah, I'm not going.
meeting.
Yeah, we're not. I know Valerie's making
So
sure that I'm not
I'm
meeting
trying-
you there. No.
To come
No,
up with where he's anchoring. the
we
first
wanna
couple
be in
days that
Martinique
he might
on
be
the-
at
It's about
the
him, not us.
anchorage.
It's about him, not me.
We'd
I
like
know,
to
but I
find
wanted to know
Martinique.
where he was anchoring the first couple of days, so
Oh.
maybe we would
Okay.
be there.
Yeah, Valerie wanted to at least cross paths with you on your way up. So
Yeah.
if you want to back up real quick, we are planning on being in probably not somewhere right here all the way until about the 14th of November. So you are going to be way past.
Yeah,
We're
we
staying-
want to be
so-
in
So
Martinique.
where is
the
he?
evening of the
Union
third.
Island, and then
Yeah. So you're probably going to pass us one more on one of these islands here somewhere. But you're going straight from Grenada right? You're going straight from Grenada to Martinique. You're not stopping in St. Vincent or
We're on the 31st. We're going to be in St. Vincent, right? That's that
checking
little
in
check-in
31st, yeah.
on the
Yep.
31st.
October
Then
31st is checking into St. Vincent.
yeah, and then on the 1st we can cross our latitude line and head north. I was thinking about sailing overnight, the night of the 1st through the
Yeah.
2nd. And then let me go revisit my plan map. Hold on.
So we'd have to visit you. If it's cross paths with you, we'd have to probably be in the St. Vincent entry port.
Yeah.
Or actually, you know what? Why you don't need to stop at St. Vincent to enter in the country if you're not going to exit the country. You just need to exit the Grenadines.
Yeah, I just need to exit the Grenadines.
Boom, which is right here. That's your.
The last island in the Grenadines is what? Where's my last checkout point?
Sorry, one second. Your last checkout point is going to be Carriacou right here at Tyrrell Bay.
Okay.
That's I know that's the last place you can check out of the Grenadines or out of Grenada.
he said he wasn't sovereign.
Yeah.
Right. But I mean, that's just that you. So you and your crew have to check out of Grenada. Tyrrell is the furthest north place to do that, and it's actually a decent place to do that. And then from there, you could check into St. Vincent. But if you're not, going to, why?
Yeah,
I know you can.
In St. Vincent at all.
Right, but you're saying that the northernmost place your insurance will allow you to be is in St. Vincent.
Yes, it is.
Right, but why? That means you'd have to check in and check out.
Yeah, we'd waste a lot of time checking in and checking out. We could just sail.
So yeah, you can just sail past it.
Yeah.
So to me, yeah, that makes way more sense to that. I understand it's only, by the way, you're only not that many hours.
Right.
No, I mean, you're not
An
hour or two, maybe. Whatever.
I save it more by checking out in Tyrrell.
Exactly. You'll lose all that time doing that.
Union Island right there.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. But anyway, so yeah, but he was saying, but Valerie, I'm talking to Valerie, but he was saying he was going to check into St. Vincent and Union Island, and then hold up at the latitude, and then take off from there. But he wouldn't be able to. He'd have to stop on the island just to check out. And so what's the point?
If I lose an hour checking out, why bother gaining an hour to get closer? It makes no sense.
Exactly. Hold on. I'm going to I have you in my head. I'm going to put you on speaker so Valerie can hear what you're saying.
Oh, okay.
Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Hello.
Valerie's here.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense not to waste an hour checking out.
Yeah. And the money.
And the money. If we could just check out in Tyrrell and then just head north and skip Vincent completely.
And then you're just going straight to Martinique.
Yep. Straight to Martinique after that.
Yeah.
So he'll be on the Martinique by the 4th, you said?
Well, we want to be in Martinique on the 3rd.
You'd be on Martinique on the 3rd of November.
So you're trying to be in Tyrrell Bay on the 31st?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we won't.
Yeah, we won't. Yeah, we won't be in Tyrrell Bay on the 31st.
And we'd like to spend the 3rd in Martinique. And then the 4th, we've got new crew coming. And a couple of crew members are arriving on the 4th. So we want to be in Martinique definitely by the 4th. So we have kind of a padding day. Like if we leave late, then we've got all of the 3rd to make up our time. And then the 4th, we want to be in Martinique to pick up people, then go ashore and do some shopping with them. And then I'm thinking Sunday morning, the 5th, leave Martinique and head north.
Yeah. If there's any extra days, you're going to want to spend them in Martinique.
Yes, absolutely. Because for everybody, it's a wonderful place.
Yeah. Can't wait to find out. So we probably won't see you because you'll pass us. We'll be in.
Well, we will see you before then because we're coming in Friday, a week from today.
Yeah.
And so we'll be there until the
We're
1st.
not there.
Yeah, but we're checking out a Tyrrell Bay, I think, on Monday.
Oh,
because we're doing the Grenadines. We're doing the Grenadines, and then we're going to skip St. Vincent and St. Lucia, but we're going to do the Grenadines first.
yeah.
Sorry, we're going to go to St. Vincent and then we'll check out of St. Vincent, and then the only island we're skipping, I think, is St. Lucia.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, we got some people flying into St. Vincent, so we're trying to meet up with them. But anyway, but then we're going to go to Martinique, so it doesn't matter. We probably won't see you, but that's all right. I was hoping to at least catch an afternoon or an evening or a pass through, but anyway, no worries. But in Martinique, that's a great place to be. So after Martinique, you're going to Dominica or Guadalupe.
Well, then after Martinique, I want to do an overnight sail right away. And then how far that will take us, I think we can get. Whoa. So I'm thinking we can get to the zoom out on my map. From Martinique, we can probably get to Guadalupe in an overnight sail. Then to St. Kitts, then to St. Thomas after that. So we need to be in St. Thomas by let me pull up my calendar. Want to be in St. Thomas by the 10th.
Okay. Yeah. So
November. Right.
Yeah, 10th of November, we want to be in St. Thomas. Or we want to leave Martinique at the 5th. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
yeah. So
And you already talked to Crown Bay and St. Thomas?
Yeah, I've got a slip reserved in Crown Bay
Okay.
for the night of the 10th.
yeah. So it's 108 miles or so, give or take, from Martinique to Guadalupe.
Yeah. So that's
an overnight sail.
That's an overnight.
Yeah.
And then we could either keep going or stop there, take a breather,
Good day.
off.
Then where are you going after that?
Well, then the next logical place is St. Kitts,
Just want to say Kitts.
which is another, 100 and something.
Isn't this up right here? I think it's this one right here.
Kitts and Nevins.
Kitts and Nevins, I think it's right here.
Right.
Well, as a crow flies, it's 86. So another just an overnight sail with the wind.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what I thought it was. Yep. So yeah, so it's 86. Or just an overnight sail with the wind.
Yeah, it's a broad reach.
Yeah. Anyway, then from St. Kitts. So anyway, so St. Kitts, I believe, right there. I'm gonna go to this other map real quick to go to St. Kitts. For your landing spot in St. Kitts is
Now,
No.
what about Guadalupe?
Guadalupe. Sorry, let's go back to Guadalupe.
Yeah, what about Guadalupe? Where are the
Um,
good stops there?
I don't think I've searched this map yet, but let's just find it real quick. Search this area. So Guadalupe, first off, let's try it again. Customs.
By the way, I need to log into my Navionics account.
Customs. Oh, yeah, that's right. This is customs clearance computer. Yeah. So this one here, you do it yourself. You see the computers? You go up and log your own information in. No one even helps you, I think. And then you print it out and you hand it to a guy. Anyway.
And this is at the customs clearance computer.
Yep. You type it in yourself.
In Terre de Haute.
Well, there's several of them.
Okay.
So I would say you know, why skip the little islands when you can go straight into where you're probably going to anchor at.
Right.
So this is the place right there. Look over your anchorage nearby. There's some big ships there, so I don't think that's where you'd want to go. You want to go where the cruising ships are at. There's an anchorage right here, but it might be that southern island.
So you think it's better to stop in at?
Yeah, here it is. This is where you want. Yep, this is where you want to stop. Customs clearance computer, and those are all the sailing boats. That's where you want to stop.
What's the name of the island? Terre de Haute. Okay.
Yep, Terre de Haute. I marked that for myself.
Customs clearance computer.
What the heck happened there?
Okay. That's good info. Probably a little more cruiser friendly right there.
Yep. Oh, come on, knock it off. There it is.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to save that. Oh, there we go.
Yep.
All right, so that, come on, computer. So that gets you into the country. I guess I'll save it later if it doesn't let me.
Looks like a nice place to stop too.
Yeah. And if you don't go anywhere else,
getting into that big bay on the main island looks like a lot.
That's commercial.
A lot of time to get in there and out of there.
Yeah, that's commercial. To me, I would definitely stop right there where we just talked about. Right,
yeah, that Terre de Haute on the east side, up inside of there. There's a lot of. I see on the Google Earth. I see a lot of catamarans moored up in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
So,
yep.
There's a ton of them in there.
Yeah, catch a ball there. There's a nice little dock. Looks like a couple smaller ones you can barely see. It takes you right there. So that's, to me, that's where I would be.
Hopefully there's a little store, some nice restaurants.
Yeah. And then you can, if you're not going to go into the rest of Guadalupe, you leave from there.
Yeah, I'd go around it completely, because going into Guadalupe, that's
you got to come back out
several miles in and all the way out. And I don't know if it'd be, unless we need some provisions or spare parts, I don't think I'd go up there.
Yeah, you should have already got those at Martinique.
That's right. Exactly. Yeah, that Marin and St. Anne ought to have plenty of parts and supplies for us.
Yeah, so the other thing is that if you're not planning on going on land, you don't really need to check in. If you're just staying the night, how long are you spending Guadalupe?
Probably overnight, and then leave, and then next morning.
Yeah, if you come in the afternoon or whatever, noon, with your Q flag up, and you're leaving in the morning, don't check in unless you just want to pay for a stamp in your passports.
Well, that's what I was wondering, is what's the rule? Like, if you come in with your Q flag and you're there more than a day, they probably come check you out, right? But
it depends on the country, and it's very ambiguous as to what the ruling is. Obviously, every country that you go into wants you to clear customs, but if you're only coming in for, we'll say, emergency repairs, and you're leaving, then you don't need to check. You don't even need to check in, and you don't have to check out because you didn't actually stay. But to me, if I'm not going to be there for more than a day, I'm not. I mean, because you're going to spend an hour or two just checking in, an hour or two checking out.
Yeah, why bother? Should we contact local
Yeah.
Customs and Immigration, say, hey, we're coming in on a Q flag, we're going to be here overnight and leave in the morning. Do we need to check in?
Yep, you could ask. There's two schools of thought. Ask and get permission, or don't ask and ask for forgiveness.
How are they at forgiveness?
Oh, most of the time, no one really cares.
So Jeff doesn't follow rules, but I have heard that some of these islands down here are pretty particular on at least notifying them that you're coming into the water, radioing in.
Yeah.
But if you're not going on land, I don't think that you're required to
check in
to the country.
Is fuel and food considered checking in?
If you're going on land,
you need to check in. Yeah.
Check in.
Okay. Well, high likelihood that we're gonna, I don't know, go ashore, eat, or pick up some food.
Yeah.
Okay, then you need to check in.
Yep. Then you need to check in. But if you're just like, oh, we're gonna, like, sometimes you come in the morning because you sailed all night, and then you have another one of those scheduled, another overnight sail. You're basically going to sleep all day, and then you're going to, go back at it for the next evening, kind of a thing. At that point, I don't check in.
It's going to be a very expensive meal and groceries once you pay to get into the country. So
yeah,
just a thought.
Unless
your call, but
it costs money to go in and out.
By the way, Crown Bay has a fuel dock right there. So, I mean, I definitely want to fuel up there.
Fuel up when you get there.
Well, of course, yeah.
You leave, but I'm just saying it's right there.
Or Puerto Rico, but I like the one at Crown Bay. It's really easy.
You're be staying there.
Yeah, you're literally looking at it.
Just as part of your plan.
Yeah, I'll do a major refuel in Crown Bay.
So if you're checking in and checking out, you can do it from the same place. If you're not going to go anywhere else in Guadalupe, then there's no reason. Anyway, so then, so St. Kitts and Nevis. Now, we've been here before, and we did check in. I believe, Valerie, we were here for a couple of days. Valerie, weren't we right here? I got to think about where we're at. Pretty sure this is where we're at.
You were in where? Port Zante, or?
I'm looking right now. Don't write anything down yet.
So, Basseterre.
Yeah, Basseterre. I'm trying to remember and then we stayed over here though. Well,
yeah, because
right here.
They're checking. Well, we stayed in Frigate Bay.
Frigate Bay, yeah, right there. That's where we stayed. But let me
Frigate Bay is the check-in?
No.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna find out. Just give me a second.
I think it's right there.
So you see it?
I think it's right there.
Let me just search it real quick.
I think it was because we anchored over here and you guys dinghied all the way because that was like so sketchy to get in there. And
there's the customs office right here. Yeah, so right in this little mini marina next to the cruise ship docks.
Yeah.
So that's what's this? Oops, dang it. What happened there? There we go. So that is called.
There's also another customs to the east of that, right there.
I don't think
that's see, you could tell it's the right one or the wrong one. See all the shipping container and all the containers.
Yeah, that's for
port. Yeah.
Okay.
And the other one's next to a bunch of boats.
Right. So
port for there.
Port Zante.
Port Zante.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think we anchored over here.
We anchored, like, right
And
here.
because thinking that I was over there, and I had a dinghy all the way to the other
No,
one.
we didn't like the other. We didn't like because this was just super sketchy.
Oh,
Doesn't look like it on the map.
so yeah, Valerie is saying that we didn't want to anchor here because it was super sketchy, so we anchored
But
way
everyone else
over,
did. So
way
we
over
anchored
here.
way over there, and that was a mistake too.
Yeah, that was also a mistake. But I think we ended up eventually we ended up anchoring over here.
Well, you don't want a dinghy all the way over there, so
Yeah, it's not too recommended.
No. Just go right to there, and then
And then we
dinghy.
anchored in Frigate Bay.
I'm assuming I would anchor there at that little marina in Port Zante, check in, and then find somewhere else that's a little nicer to spend.
Yeah. So yeah, check it in there,
Where's
and then you can
where's
sail.
the anchorage?
We went over here.
Frigate
Bay. stayed
Frigate
there.
Bay. Okay, and then anchor in Frigate Bay.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of restaurants on the beach there if you
Yeah.
so inclined.
Yeah, you can just dig into this beach right here.
Yep, perfect. The monkey bar.
But then don't you
They
have
get
to
creative.
go back to check out?
Yeah. If you're going to be there a day, check in, check out the same day.
Yeah,
Looks like they got some moorings going on here or something.
you got moorings. Yeah.
Anyway, but I think we anchored out here where those boats are sitting. Anyway,
It's a pretty boring trip if we never go ashore anywhere. So
right, exactly. But I was going to say is that if you're not going anywhere else but there, and you're only going to be there for a day or two, ask them if you can check out, in advance. Like, you say you're checking in on a Tuesday, but you're leaving on a Thursday. Just ask them, can I check out now?
Right.
I'm leaving in just over a day, and they're like, sure. And then they'll take care of all your paperwork, pay whatever. And then you don't have to worry about it.
they just want your money.
Pretty much. Yeah. I mean, just that they just want to know who's coming in and who's leaving,
Yeah. Okay.
so
Same day check in and check out is a really good idea.
yeah, I've done it. Where it's a hassle. There's not all countries are not bad, except for there is some that are not awesome. So
Like if you're living within 24 hours, it makes no sense to come back, a few hours.
exactly. Like, hey, I could have not even come in here. I'm leaving within 24 hours. I mean, and to me, I think that's the window. If I'm going to be there less than 24, yeah, if it's less than 24, I'm not even going to check in and check out. But if I am going to be there for just over 24, I will and I'm going on land, I will check in and check out at the same time.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Anyway, so from there, you're going to tell me you're going here. You got to go here. Are you going to St. Martin?
Well, at this point, we've been to St. Martin.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. And then,
Where were you at in St. Martin?
well, we were at St. Anne in Lemarin, that little Lemarin Bay in St. Martin.
Yeah, where at? Are you over here?
Well, I'm not sure where you are. You're
Oh,
zoomed
St.
in.
Martin. Oh, St. Martin.
Wait, zoom out. And they'll. Okay. That doesn't look like the same. Oh, no. Okay, I'm sorry. Never mind. No, we're not going to St. Martin. That's the Dutch island, right?
Dutch and French.
Dutch and French. No, we're not going there.
Oh, it's a good little island. Anyway, go ahead. Where are you going?
So from where were we? We're at
St. Kitts Nevis.
Nevis, right? From there, how far is it to U.S. Virgin Islands? That looks like an overnight sail into St. Thomas.
Oh, yeah, probably. That's just
It's actually not that far.
no. Let me just
That
put
could
a
be one day sail.
put a measuring tape on it.
Depending wind speed. Yeah, do the measure from that little bay.
I
Right.
have a reason for asking, where are you going after?
Oh no, that's an overnight. That's definitely an overnight.
140
Yeah,
is
that's an overnight and the rest of the next day.
yeah, I would leave in the afternoon and get there in the
Yeah.
middle of the day sometime the next day.
Yeah. It'd be nice to come in, you know, a day or two early if we can, and then spend some time in St. Thomas and not have to worry about getting there.
Well,
And
then
stop in
instead
John.
you come over here.
Oh yeah, if we're coming in early, I'd love to come into St. John. There's a check-in there, right?
Online.
It's US. Yeah, it's online. It's an app. It's you do have to. Yeah, it's an app,
Okay.
and you just got to download the app. And that app is called. Where's my phone? You can download it in advance. The site, you get your boat in there in advance. Get the people in there in advance. So when you get there,
Yeah, it's easy. Okay.
Yeah,
Let's use the online on an app. Okay. What's the app?
yep, getting there. It is.
Evan, are you stopping at any countries after USVI before you get to Florida?
Absolutely. Yeah. We're not done yet.
Yeah.
Okay, then before you guys get distracted, you do not have to check out of the United States. But when you get to the next country, they will ask you for your checkout papers from the United States, and the United States will not have given them to you.
Because you didn't ask for them.
So then what do you do?
So
You have to ask for them.
You have to ask for them, and I believe you'll have to do the research because we made the mistake.
Yeah.
So I know there's a place on St. John that will give you the actual physical
Cruise Bay.
paperwork, but you'll have to figure out where to go and where to get it because they will tell you over and over and over again.
You don't
that
need it. You don't need it. You don't need
And the
it.
U.S. doesn't do that. And when you get to your next stop, they will require it, and you will not have it.
Yes.
And
So
if you have it. What did you do?
we had to go to another country that that didn't require it, and then check out of that country, and then go into the country that did require it.
Yeah.
Oh, what nonsense.
Right. So that's why we're telling you when you leave the U.S. and you're planning to go to another country,
Yeah.
get exit paperwork.
Yeah. Well, we're planning on going from St. John to San Juan.
Yeah. Well, you're going to probably more likely you're going to be going.
Okay,
to,
well then you'll have to do it out of if you're going to Puerto Rico, that's
then
still
check out of San Juan. Yes.
yeah, you'll have to check out of Puerto Rico then. You'll have to figure out where to do it from Puerto Rico then.
Right. Right. Because San Juan is the closest stop without going to the DR. I want to avoid
Yep.
the DR.
Yeah.
San Juan to then Turks and Caicos from there.
Okay. Hold on. So write down this app. It's C is in Charlie, B is in boy, P is in Paul, Rome.
ROME
Yes.
or ROAM.
ROAM.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, so you down that through your Google Play or whatever.
Yeah.
Oops, hold on.
Okay.
So I'm gonna. But before you go to San Juan, or when you go leave, I want to show you something on your path from St. Thomas. Let me get it on the same page here. St. Thomas to San Juan.
Yeah.
Anyway, do you see my cursor? Do you see my cursor?
I do.
Okay, San Juan's right there.
Yeah.
St. Thomas is right there.
Yeah.
Set yourself up in Brewers Bay. It's a great place to launch from. It's the furthest west you can launch from in St. Thomas. You recognize it as by the airport?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. You recognize that? Okay,
Yep.
so you don't need to stop in Calibra. We did, but you don't need to. What I was going to show you is on your path, depending on your wind, there's this row of islands right here.
Yeah.
By the way, San Juan is right here, and we'll zoom in on that a second. But there's this row of islands right here, of which, if you are to literally sail inside of these, you're in a lee of the islands.
Yeah.
And it's pretty big in there, actually. It's not, I mean, it looks small, but you can cruise right on through there.
Yeah.
And it's actually calm in between the islands, but then you can feel the wind and current. So if you need,
okay.
Yeah. So if you need if you're taking on a lot of wind, because this is you're running or you're broad reaching or something, more than likely. And if the wind is a little bit more powerful than you want, making the seas a little bit rougher than you want,
yeah,
take that path.
Yeah, just hide in those islands. Yeah.
Exactly. Otherwise, you're completely exposed.
And they start right after you leave Culebra. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you sail to the lee of Culebra.
Yep.
And then you hop over to that little string of islands.
Yeah, pick up a lot of them are islands, but you get it. Yeah. They still break the wave up. They still break up the
smoother water. Yeah.
Anyways,
if it's a rough day. That's a nice tip.
Yeah. So I mean, it is sometimes just nice to sail on the lee of anything you can get in the lee of. Anyway, and then of course San Juan, which is right here, is a commercial harbor. I know you're going to spend the night in San Juan. Yeah. So the path where you want to park your boat is, you come in here, follow your aids, and turn left, and then you're gonna. And big boats do come back in here. So
yeah.
Oh yeah, and of course you want to let the harbor know that you're entering.
Yeah.
Because there will be activity. You're not going to be able to go in here without either a boat chasing you down or you're going to be following them.
Well, that's a shipping lane.
Yes.
So
yes.
There's a lot of
ships, cargo ships. Yeah.
I danced with ships in when was it? In the Galveston Bay. That was a lot of fun.
Okay, container ships. But this here is very narrow channels. I mean, not narrow. I mean, they're wide enough for a ship could go right past you.
In Galveston Bay, those channels were about a mile wide. You had a half-mile wide on each side, and then you had to stay on the outside of a half-mile wide lane. Is it the same there? Okay.
Here, there is only the one lane, but they will tell you they'll have pilot boats that has that drop the pilot off, and that pilot boat will yell at you on the radio and out loud to pull over, to pull off the side because they got a boat coming through.
Yeah.
But
so obviously stay on the outside
edge,
as you're sailing. Yeah.
You don't have to necessarily stay on the outside of the buoy. It's just be prepared.
I didn't say outside of the buoy, outside near the buoy, right? So
yes,
you be on the right-hand side of the lane.
Yes.
Cruise ships come all the way almost into the marina.
Yeah. So if in here you see this marina right here and all the anchorage.
Yeah.
Well, there's cruise ships that are big ships that land right here along this wall here.
Okay.
So it really squishes people back, and it looks like they got some obstructions finally marked on here.
So Anchorage Area D, is that what you're talking about?
Yes. And when you talk to them on the radio, let them know you're going to Anchorage Area D.
Anchorage Area D. Okay.
Yeah.
And when you pull in there, don't think that you can be like the last brat in the pack, because they will make you move if there's a cruise ship coming in
this area,
because the bow thrusters on the cruise ships will
push your boat. Now, I don't know what this green line is for, but I'm going to go ahead and say that everything to the east of that line is probably okay, and everything to the west of that line is probably not good. I don't know what that green line is for, but the other thing is that there are a couple of obstructions in here, and the side right here is typically left open. Do not anchor over here, because that's how all these boats are getting in and out. That's their path.
Right. So
everyone's squished over into this area.
Yeah, I see. So wherever there's the purple anchors, that's where they want you.
Yeah. So I like to do this. There you go. So, okay. See the cruise ship right there?
Yeah. Don't go there.
Yeah, don't park there. But they'll put it. But the big white things here are the receiving docks, so they can put another one behind there.
Right.
They can put a whole another one behind here. And if you think about, by the time you fit another one, and look how close you are to these boats.
Yeah. So Caño de San Antonio, that area in there between there and the marina.
Yeah. So But yeah, so there are some permanent people that live in here, and there are some submerged boats, definitely.
I see them. There's
And yeah, a lot of them. And yeah, and I caught an airplane there, so
there's an airplane down there.
yeah, I caught it with my anchor.
Oh, geez.
I didn't panic through it, but I was concerned as to now what I'm gonna have to get divers, etc.
Right.
I don't know if I had a chance. Did you see on my boat? I had like a 3-foot piece of chain, just a regular 3-foot piece of 3/8 chain.
I remember.
With a shackle on it. Okay, so it's on my water. I know right where it's at, and it's there for a reason. That chain and my spare anchor rod is what I would use if my anchor is stuck underneath a boat or a plane, for example. And what you do is you take that 3-foot piece of chain, you wrap it around your anchor chain that's going in the water that's stuck.
Yeah.
And you let that fall, and the weight of that chain will fall all the way down, following your anchor. Obviously, you want your line kind of straight up and down. It'll fall, and it'll go onto your anchor, right?
Yeah.
Your chain will, and then of course you obviously you had the rope tied to it, and then you pull from your dinghy. You can pull.
So now
your
you can
anchor
pull
backwards.
your anchor out from underneath something.
That's right. Yes.
That is brilliant.
And
To write that down.
Yeah, I had to learn that from a guy who was there who had the rope and the line, and he got in his dinghy, and all I did was put my boat right above the anchor. I couldn't lift it because I was trying to lift an airplane, and so then once this chain went all the way down, he goes let go of the anchor chain. So I let off on the chain a little bit with my my windlass, gave it some slack, and then he kind of feel the chain jiggle all the way down, and he pulled my anchor out from underneath that airplane.
That's brilliant.
And then I dropped his chain. And so then I ended up having to go buy my chain and his chain, which is not a big deal. It's just 6 feet of chain, but
Right.
And then I gave him some money for teaching me that little lesson. Anyway, so while you're here, real quick, this is a great place if you want to. I mean, we went provisioning here, and you can do this in reverse when you come. If you come back down, you're not coming. Are you coming back down? You're not coming back down here, are you? You're staying in the
right
Bahamas.
now, what we're planning to do is after we get to Florida, spend the spring in the Bahamas.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Anyways, but if you guys want to go out to eat here, there is a.
Or if you need anything, there's Walmart and Costco's in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, that's where. Yeah, that's why I was asking about his plan, because they have everything American here.
Might be nice to stock up on anything here in Puerto Rico. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're going to the United States anyway, you gotta haul it. It's like, yeah, it's just
we're short of food. That's what I mean.
Yeah. So the nice thing is that there is now in this little, it says Y Sailing Boat Dealer. That little patch of grass is actually asphalted in, and that little dock doesn't exist. But right there is a van, I believe it is, a bus. Anyway, and you get a car rental really cheap right here.
Okay.
And the name is on the side of the boat, or on the bus, the van, the bus that's parked there, the name and phone number. So you just call them up, and a gal or whatever come meet you, and you can get a car rental if you want to go to Costco or Walmart or something like that, if you're needing to do that at that time. They're not too far away. They're somewhat close. Anyway, I'm not sure where they're at exactly. You have to search that, but I'm just saying there's a car rental right there. You can get it for a pretty good deal. Okay, so from San Juan.
Yep.
I got a bunch of flags there. I wonder what those are. I think we stopped one more time when we did this a long time ago. But anyway, you can go straight from San Juan, and you're planning on going from Turks Caicos. Absolutely. And it's a following sea, which is great. There is some shallows.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was going to ask you, is there anything so shallow we'd actually go aground on the way?
Yeah. Yep. Silver Bank right here.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a wash. So you'll see that.
Super low. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a mountain, but it's right there. I'm not sure if it even gives the depth, but yeah, a wash. You hit that, you just ran aground.
You're screwed. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, there's a shipwreck right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want to. You want to stay clear of Silver Bank. So what a lot of people will do is from Puerto Rico is do a nice broad reach, almost heading northwest, and go on the north or east side of the banks here. the Nivid banks,
Yeah.
and say, I'll use my cursor and head on this side of that, because
Okay.
you're still coming in. You know what I'm saying? You're still
So
with
not-
a typical,
not the-
typical easterly.
So you're
Sorry.
saying don't come up the lee side of those areas. Come
No,
up the windward side.
Yeah, unless you want to take a sharp. Yeah, we came down the windward side. But yeah, so yeah, from there I would just be heading north. And why is there no markings out here? It's so deep. You don't have numbers for it.
Yeah, it's deep.
I got 20,000 feet almost, and 26,000 feet.
So
And then
it's going to depend on the wind, right? If we have lots of wind, I want to go to the lee. If it's a nice, pretty day, and it's 15,
Yeah.
50, then I
Yeah.
might go to the windward.
Yeah, so if you go up the lee side, it'll only help you with the swell. It's not gonna help you with the wind or wind waves. Only swell.
Right.
It'll only break the swell up a little bit. So if you're looking for high swells, like 2-meter swells, then I would definitely take the lee side.
Yeah.
If you're looking at one 1.5 meter swell, I mean, your choice. But you come up the inside, all you got to do is you're going to turn upward. And realistically, you're probably not going to Grand Turks, are you? You're probably going to go more likely to Providence.
Come into the airport. So JAG is it on Grand Turk?
I'm guessing it's right here.
Where is it?
That looks like I nailed it. I knew right where it was at.
That's it. Yeah. So we're going to come in relatively close to that airport. Pick up the swap crew.
Okay, so the thing is that you need to know about Turks and Caicos, or at least Caicos, is this bank right here. You see the feet? That's 4 feet, 6 feet, 7 feet, and this is miles and miles and miles and miles of it.
I got a 4.5 foot draft, so I don't want to be anywhere close to that.
Right. We did not go on the bank side. We stayed away from that because I was like, yeah.
So you're saying if you came up the lee before you reach that super shallow area, you'd go north and come around the other side?
I would probably do exactly that. I probably wouldn't come into this area right here, but what I would do, hold on, I'm going to find it for you. Give me 1 second. Where did they stay? What was the name of it? Valerie. Trying to find a very specific place for you, which I think that.
So there's a cut through right there.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was trying to. But do you want to take the cut at 5'9", 4'6" on both sides?
No.
No, I'm looking. There's another place I want to send you.
Okay.
That I'm trying to. I know it's here somewhere. I'm just looking for it now. There's an actual marina. If you want to go into a marina,
that'd be nice.
Yeah. After.
Really need to there.
Yeah, you really want to go to a marina here.
It's not exciting.
What was it? Oh wait, what's this one called?
Snooty place? Turtle Cove.
You found where's Turtle Cove at?
That's where they stayed.
Yeah, it's not, and that's mostly locals too, by the way.
We stayed
Yeah.
at Blue Haven.
So, all right, I got 2 questions for you. You can stay where the locals go, which I don't know if this is it or not. Which actually, this might actually be it.
Well, how far from the airport is the question?
Well, there's the airport.
Is
There's
that
one? Well, that's one airport. That's not the one.
Hold on, let me find JAG. That's
It's over here.
That's the airport.
Looks like he's going to go where we were.
Diggity.
Yeah, it's too far away from where I was trying to put you.
So that airport is
Right here.
it's at Jags McCartney International Airport. It's way east of where you are. You're in either West Caicos or Yankeetown or Wheeling Settlement or somewhere.
Providentials.
Yeah,
what's the airport that they're flying in and out of?
JAGS.
Hold on.
So that is to the east of those big islands, and that all that shallow water it's to the east of.
Oops.
There's Balfour Town, and then there's There's Grand Turk Cruise Port on Cockburn Town.
Cockburn. Just like saying that. All right. So
So
there's
it's
so you're actually they're actually flying out of Turks, not Caicos.
yes.
Cockburn Town. Yeah, they're actually going to Turks. Okay, I haven't been there. Avoided that little place, but yeah, you gotta have the fun of going there.
Well, that's the biggest airport.
Oh, is it? That's bigger than probably the one because I thought it'd be this one over here. On here, I thought it'd be this one right here. That airport.
Okay. Providenciales International.
Anyway, but that's not where anyone's booking tickets.
Well, I don't know how many people have booked tickets yet.
Okay, so this is Caicos, and where you're talking about is Turks of the Turks and Caicos. That's Caicos over there, and this is Turks over here.
Yeah.
So anyway,
so
and I don't know which one's more quote unquote.
No, I need to send out a note to anybody who's coming in there. Choose between the two. I can pick you up either place.
Yeah, I get everyone landing at the same place.
Well, it's gonna depend on flights. So
all right. Well, here let's look at something because it's also going to depend on you accessing these places. So this is a completely accessible place, obviously, but so there's your. I mean, obviously, it's boom. It's the first place you get to is Turks.
Yeah, and it's much more accessible because there's very little shallow water there.
Yeah. So, and then it's just a matter of Turks, whether or not. Let's find out here.
Yeah, check-ins somewhere.
Yeah. Go back to here. And you got a radio in on this too. Let's just.
Evan, what airport were you thinking of initially? The JAGS?
Yes.
Yeah, that's out there to the east.
Right.
And
it looked like an airport that more U.S. flights came into.
Yeah, that's the one at Cockburn Town.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. So there's your border control and employment. Oh, that's weird.
And let's see, somewhere there's going to be a customs check-in.
Oh.
There it is. Okay. Ministry of Border Control. I guess that's it.
And employment.
And employment.
If you want to stay, you can get a job.
Get a job. Ain't no one coming here without getting a job. You want to stay, you got to get a job.
Okay. So it's right there next to the airport. And
yeah. And so now it's more about if you're going to use this airport and that check-in, check-out place, I would say let's find a marina.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not seeing much.
Yeah, that's
it's a teeny little island.
Yes, it is. That's why I was like, really? You going out there, huh?
So
as far as the edges of this island go, I see lots of water. Oh, there's a couple boats.
There's some boats anchored there.
Yeah.
There's a catamaran out there. Look how far out he is.
One.
Yes, pretty shallow. Yes, and the other place, Providential, is where we were at, and there's some resorts, and I'm sure there's lots of snooty resorts in here too.
I didn't realize I may have screwed up and told people JAGS.
U.S. Naval Base.
So what's the code for the airport? Is it PLS?
I don't know. So I just did a circle around this whole island and only saw those couple of boats.
Yeah, that's it. It's PLS.
There's a boat. Yeah, so there's cruise ships there, right next to Margaritaville. Yeah, I don't know. we didn't go there kind of on purpose, but I'm not sure that's why we were
Okay,
not
so
going there.
yeah, PLS might be the better place to direct people. Looking at the website for it, it's a small airport.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be.
Um,
Where did we stay? I'm looking for it on here. Trying to remember where that was at.
a little bitty airport. So let's see, JAGS airport.
How far over were we?
Is there a website for it?
All right, we're right there. That's it. Okay, we're right there, and
Oh, it's even smaller. Jeez,
is it?
it's it's really, really tiny. Okay. Wow. Wait, no. Yeah, JAGS. Okay, but its code is GDT, not JAGS. That's odd.
Oh yeah, there it is. Blue Haven Marina. Okay. So, like, this is where we stayed. Valerie and I stayed right here in this, which had a huge resort right next to Blue Haven Resort, all inclusive.
Okay. So
Yeah.
the Blue Haven Marina is what your recommendation is.
You want to stay at a nice place, and there you do your check-in, check-out at the marina.
Yeah. Okay.
And it was $100. It's $100. It's like $100 a night for our boat.
Nice. Okay.
There's quite a bit of current because you can see this is a river going from one side of the, one side to the other.
Right.
I think we tried to anchor over here. Oh, look, that might be us. Get a picture quick. And you can anchor, except for it's just you see that boat and the measurement left and right. And when the current changes, you do a circle. Not to mention, people cruise through there pretty quick, so it makes it pretty uncomfortable. You see this guy here? There's a guy cruising right there.
Well, it's a power boat. Yeah.
What
Yeah,
ship?
yeah.
What island was that?
This is Keiko.
This is Caicos. Yeah, this is
Blue
this is
Oh, okay, I got you.
right in the middle of Caicos. And we just happened to. We weren't going to check in, check out, but they just made it too easy for us. So, yeah, we ended up.
It's not safe to anchor.
Yeah, we just didn't feel safe to anchor anywhere else. It's just pretty, a lot of current. Anyway, but we stayed here, and some friends of ours stayed for half the price. Yeah, Turtle Cove.
or Turtle Cove. Okay.
Yeah, so and here, it was like $50 a night for them, but they were on a 41-foot monohull, and this place was pretty sketchy. I think they had them tied to the side dock. They weren't even in a slip because, like, people probably just own the slips. So this was a little more,
Save some money.
Save some money, but-
you pay for it.
yeah, I don't know what they had to do for paperwork, but
And they had a really hard time getting a hold of them.
yeah, they did have a hard time getting a hold of them, trying to check in or just to get into the marina.
Confirmation.
But,
It's cheaper, but harder to check in and out.
Yeah, but you also see how there's no current right here. There's no wave. There's no nothing. Flat calm. Whereas the other place had a current the entire time we were there.
Yeah.
And I say like a couple of not current.
Oh,
Like,
pretty
we
big.
see-
Yeah.
Yeah, like you got to know how to dock your boat.
Yeah.
And we did it. I mean, we did it, and we don't know, whatever. We just know what we know, and we did it. But hands on deck, lots of fenders, ropes. They'll have people on the deck at the other place to help guide you in.
Yep.
Turtle wins the race, Evan.
Yep.
Turtle wins the race.
Turtle wins the race. So all of that to say that, well, there's the airport right there.
Yeah.
There's Turtle Cove, and there's Blue Haven Marina right there. So there's a main road right down the middle of that thing.
Yeah,
So
Turtle Cove is really convenient to the airport.
absolutely, but it's just not as okay. The other one, Blue Haven, that place is legit 5-star. Like very nice. And
It's $1,100 a night to get a room there.
you hear that?
Yeah, we won't be getting a room.
Yeah.
It was so snooty.
Yeah, it was
but
very
it
snooty.
was nice.
But
And we got the same amenities for $100 a night in the marina.
Well, that's where you get the amenities of 1,100 without spending it. So I like that.
yeah, well, they still charged us because we didn't have a bracelet.
And a free shuttle across the island
Yeah,
Ooh.
to their sister resort
yeah.
where there was cheaper, better.
Do they have a free shuttle to the airport?
Maybe
They might. Yeah, they might.
because
Those
people had some money.
people are paying to be there. So yeah, I believe they would have a shuttle to the airport but you just give them a call,
Yeah.
That's super nice.
and because you're going to call and you're probably want to reserve for a night or two. But yeah, it was like for us, so it'll be like just over $100 a night for you. Yeah, I don't know if the rates would change or not, but I mean, so that's right, like on the spinnier side, but it is pretty legit. It's pretty nice. Anyway, so and they may have a shuttle available to you.
Okay.
Anyway, but to get there, you see, you can cross this inside. So now let's go back to the Navionics. Now that we know, I don't know, and you can just double check with everybody. But yeah, we're right here. That's what we've been talking about this whole time. There's the Blue Haven, or the Turtle Cove right there.
Mm-hmm.
But to get there, I would not. I don't know. I operate on the side of caution, and I got plenty of time as long as I continue to operate cautiously. I don't, so there's certain risks I don't want to take, and that's with the boat. And so to me, I would be coming in from
north.
Yeah, from the north side here. But even just getting into this Turtle Cave, getting to that turtle place, I just like you have got to be on your game. But your Navionics is right there, and then like this is the path: 8'2", 8'2", 7'5". That's the path. Anyway, to get in there, I mean, look at that. They got a market way out there just to get into this. This is all to get into Turtle Cove. That one there is, yeah. It's if you but the thing is, you only pull 4 feet draft, so I mean, whatever. You got twice as much space as you need. 5.5 foot draft. Our friends with the monohull, and they made it all the way in there. Oh, look, a snorkel site. Anyway, so that's there.
If 5.5 made it, then we would.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, you'll make it. It's just you'll make it. It's just you're gonna be nervous, and you got to be on your game. That's all.
Well, the water's clear, so if you're watching your meter and you're looking at the water, you should be.
And you got your nav aids.
But it's like low end marina. They're not going to have no shuttles.
Yeah, they won't have a shuttle. Yeah, it's a local marina versus tourist marina. So it's just,
tourist marina might be nicer.
Yeah,
so we can afford the $100-something bucks.
Yeah, this will be quite take a little while to get in there. But the hail on this is was it Providential radar? I think they monitor by radar. So you're looking for Providential radar or something. I just wait until someone else enters in and listen to what they have to say. But yeah, even this one here, when we entered in, we had the footage of us. Remember that drone footage of us?
Yeah. Was that through there?
This is right through here. Yeah, it's going through here. That's where that drone footage was shot. Was us leaving right here.
Okay.
Turning right there, and then they brought the drone back.
Okay.
Bad to get in
It's
there.
gorgeous.
It's just you have to be watching your P's and Q's to get into the marina because there is a current.
Yeah, you got to know your current and your speed.
But getting there is not.
It looks like it's well marked with buoys, so you should.
Oh yeah.
Fine.
It's gorgeous there. Probably the best. It's probably one of my more favorite places on the face of the planet so far.
For sure. But just not exactly cruiser.
Don't get fuel there though. I wouldn't get fuel there
Oh yeah, don't get fuel.
because it's by the barrel.
No, we'll probably fuel up in
Puerto Rico.
San Juan.
Yeah. So and that's right there by the Sizzler.
The Sizzler. All right.
Yeah. Now there's you pull into a slip.
We get gas in St.
If you just got gas in St. Thomas, you won't need it in Puerto Rico.
No,
But
Puerto Rico to Turks and Caicos.
I don't know. You just watch.
Is gas cheaper in San Juan or St. Thomas?
I think I'd say San Juan over St. Thomas because San Juan's a bigger island, and it has to be shipped to San. I'm thinking it comes in on a tanker in San Juan, and it's coming in small tanks going to St. Thomas. I would just make sure I would plan on filling up in Puerto Rico.
We're gonna fuel up in Grenada, then Martinique. Well, we may not need to. I mean, depending on how much we motor, but we may not need to fuel up until we get to San Juan.
I would try to do that.
If you need propane, get it in St. Thomas or before that, because getting it in Puerto Rico is.
Oh yeah, you can't get
ridiculous.
you cannot. I'm just saying right now. Do not buy propane in Puerto Rico. Just don't even do it.
Why is that?
You can't.
Because there's only probably one place on the island you can get it, and it was an $80 taxi ride to get $10 worth of fuel.
Okay, that's good to know.
So don't bother.
So
the people at the
propane in St. Thomas, where you and
you could walk to the place in St. Thomas. We've done it.
We did.
Yeah. Okay, so there you go. Anyway, all right. So Turks and Caicos. What's where are you going from Caicos?
Okay,
Probably,
there we're going to Nassau.
Oh, straight to Nassau there, but you're going to stop along the way, right?
We're going to hop along the way. Yeah.
Okay. How many days do you have from Turks?
Another week.
Nassau? 1 week.
Yeah. So we'll leave.
Right.
We'll leave. Turks and Caicos area Sunday. Let me see here.
Okay. So checking out on a Sunday costs extra. Everywhere and anywhere you go. Just
We'll have to do it.
So, but you can check out on Friday of Turks and Caicos and then still leave on Saturday or Sunday.
We'll do that.
Yeah, because they come to you and you do have to pay to go in and pay to go out.
Yeah. I
think it was like whatever. And maybe a little bit of gratuity for them coming out.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, at least they both come out at the same time, and it's really you take care of it right there in the lobby. Anyway, so no lines, stuff like that. So okay, so just you have a week to get. I'd just say there's a couple of definite stops that you're going to want to make.
Yeah.
Only one of them is going to have food and fuel and anything like that, and that's going to be, I would say, Georgetown would be your only.
Yeah, we were planning a stop in Georgetown.
Okay, so but before Georgetown and after Georgetown is really the question, right?
Yes.
Okay,
so where do you think we should anchor and check in at Georgetown? Never been there.
Oh yeah. Did we check out of Georgetown? I had to. Oh, it's only one place there, so it's just one little town. There's only I'll show when we get there. I'll show you. There's only one place.
It's your first check-in, right? For the Bahamas.
Yeah, I believe so. Because hold on, is Long Island part of the Bahamas? I might have to break out a map for that, paper map. I'm trying to think that this part is still part of the. I know that. Yeah, I think it's Long Island.
Long Island is the first place to check in. Okay.
Yeah, I think Long Island is. Let me just double check here real quick. But Abrams Bay, we stayed there. And then there's Crooked Island, which is awesome.
Is Abrams Bay a nice place?
I liked Mayaguana, which is Abrams Bay. We parked right here for the night. And then
I don't remember you going in.
Yeah, but I didn't check into anything. I don't even know who owns that place.
No,
hold on. I was just looking. And here's Crooked Islands, which we did stop at that as well. We stopped. Yeah, there's nothing here. We stopped here. I think we stayed here the night, right here somewhere. Anyway, but this is.
So does Long Island actually have a check-in?
That's what I was wondering.
And we stopped at Crooked Islands, and then we stopped at Calabash Bay.
We cruised that stretch of islands, and we never checked in anywhere. We just it's pretty sparse.
Yeah, there's nothing really here, although I did find the post office and town administrator. But yeah, I don't think I'm trying to remember where we checked that. Did we check? Here it is, right here. Oh, that's Nassau. Yeah, we checked in. Where did we check out?
Our last place in the Bahamas with my iguana,
This is right here.
and then
I don't think.
before that was Crooked Islands. Before
Yeah.
that was Calabash Bay,
Oh.
Long Island, and Hog Bay.
Did we never check out of there?
And then
Oh,
before that was Georgetown.
you don't have to check out of the Bahamas because you have a 6-month cruising permit.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I was saying I don't think we had to check out.
Oh, well, we'll be back within 6 months.
Well, so what it is it's a you buy for the Bahamas, which obviously Georgetown, I'm sure you can just go there and get your cruising permit there because it's 6 for Americans. It's 6 it's 6 calendar months. 6 calendar months, I believe it is. That's your fishing and cruising permit. I think it's $300 for 6 months. But if you're like Canadian, they can turn theirs on and off when they like.
You just need to check because some of them
And you can do it.
are continuous, and some of them, if you leave the Bahamas, you can stop the clock.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, if you were only going to be there for 3 weeks and you paid for 6 months, like you could go back and use the rest of your 5 months. I think
Yeah. Depending. So it's a question
So,
to ask.
we weren't going to go back, so it didn't matter to us.
Yeah, we were just there 2 months. We bought the 6-month thing, and it's all your permits and everything. But I think they do have a smaller one. I think they have I can't remember. You have to go online and look at that. But with all that being said, looking at time versus gain, just go right here real quick. I want to measure.
And then before we leave the Bahamas, I want to head south. There is a little Mars Bay settlement. I was wondering about stopping there for the night and then leave Mars Bay settlement and head straight across to Key West in an overnight sail.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let me get you to Nassau.
Yeah.
Let me help you with the Nassau. So, because you can, you don't have.
It's Georgetown that's sketchy going in.
Yeah. I'll talk to him about it in a second. But you don't have to go all the way north to Nassau if you don't want to.
Well, that's the big airport.
Oh, you're flying people out of it. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
In and out. Okay. So I want to get you from Caicos to. I just want to measure the distance. That's crooked. This is Caicos right here. Want to know how long it is.
Yeah, we're going to hop across those islands and probably do. I don't think we're going to do any overnights.
No, you do day hops here. So it's 340 miles from Caicos to Nassau, as the crow flies. So you're probably going to break that up into. You're doing that over 1 week, right?
Yeah.
1 week again? Okay, so but you want to sail then stop. Okay. I mean, you don't want to sail every day.
No. Yeah, we don't want to, all day, every day, but
Yeah.
But we can break it up. But there's.
I was gonna say.
Distance. It sounds like an overnight to me.
I would suggest. What's that?
Sounds like there's some overnight in there.
Yeah. So I was gonna suggest 135 as the crow flies. 135 miles to Crooked Islands, and then you have to fly. You go up over here, and the next leg. This is Georgetown right here. Would be 75 and 22.
Why wouldn't you go on the lee side?
Why
are you going north?
There's a good point. That's because that's the way. There's a reason. Hold on. Because there is not. Well, you're gonna have to go true north if you came over here. You have to do a true north, which you could do. Moving there, you'd have to go straight east. Straight. Shoot, that's dumb. Let's try this.
That's what I'd do. Is I'd come on the lee side. So I don't have to come south and fight the wind.
So that so whatever. What is that right there? Just stop it. Let's just stop right there. That's put you outside of Georgetown. So 16, 63, 73, 83, 93, 94 miles basically.
Yeah.
So that's a night sail.
That's an overnight. Yeah.
Right. So that's 2 overnights. That's 3 days to get you to Georgetown.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because you overnighted to the Crooked Islands, but you didn't get out or stop. You rested for the day. I think you can. Let me take you back. So if that's 2 days right there, if you went straight through.
Crooked Island was the best snorkeling ever.
Yeah, Crooked Island was awesome. I definitely suggest the Crooked Island. We were at a mega on it. So boom, boom. So I took you on the north side. I took you on the windward side here to get to the Crooked Islands, holding up. And then you were saying, oh, that's why. Okay. And so you said to go south right there. And I wouldn't go south because of that. That's why I wouldn't go south. Look at all those balmies, all those shallows. That's why.
All right. Balmies everywhere.
What is
Yeah.
that south of, Jeff?
This is Long Island, and then this is the beginning part of the Exumas, and going into Georgetown. Georgetown is right here,
Okay.
and Georgetown is inside a protected island right there, which makes Georgetown. This little circle is your Georgetown, Lake Victoria. But yeah, hundreds and hundreds of cruisers park right there inside that protected waters. And this question is why would I go the north side and come down on why would I travel the windward side when I could travel the leeward side? But this is why I didn't travel the leeward side, because there's just too many. I mean, it's
very shallow. I
think you have to go all the way over here, then you got to go all the way back. 6 feet. You're still dodging balmies. And then you still got to get out of this thing, which it's pretty easy, but right into Georgetown. But it's a shallow area right here that I was like, you know what? That's a lot of back and forth when I can just go north and go south and have just a great sail. Go fishing the whole time.
Okay.
So that's the answer to that. So so Crooked Islands. So this is, I think we just if you want to mark your map, this is from Turks to Crooked. Crooked is trying to remember where we were at. There it is, right there. It's down Anchorage. Yep. There is a marina. We did not go into that marina, by the way, in that airstrip. It looks really small and sketchy. But what we did do is we did come down here to this Pittstown, Anchorage. And the reason we went there and not one of the other ones up north, is because those don't really protect you from a swell or wind. But this one was great for the night. So you can plan it out to either make this stop or don't make this stop. But I believe, how many miles was it from here? 100. What did we say it was? You have to calculate it out, because the miles just kind of tells you how far you're going to go.
Yeah.
Because you could just not. This is just to me is you're sailing up here. You tuck yourself in here for the night, or whatever, or for the day. If it was a night sail, you tuck yourself in here for the day, go swimming, rest, do whatever, and then that evening, whatever, 6 hours later, up anchor again, and just go fishing, head all the way up Long Island.
Mm-hmm.
Come around Long Island and head back into Georgetown and make Georgetown by the next morning. There's obviously a lot of other things you could have done along this way, but to me, that's just the one that probably breaks it in half mostly.
Yeah.
The first, because there's where you're leaving right there, and boom, you got about halfway there. Take a break, don't take a break. You can sail it right on through, calculate it both ways, but it's a nice little stop, or you just continue on and go to Georgetown. It's 300 some miles altogether. So, 2 days. It's 2 days either way. One's just got a break in the middle of the day. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone takes naps, takes showers, make a big meal, because you don't really cook a lot when you're moving. Lots of sandwiches.
Yeah.
And, bags and chips and whatever. But anyway, so that gets you to, all right, so then I didn't take you, that's Long Island. So you're going to go around Long Island. And so I'm going to bring you to Georgetown real fast, because Georgetown is a very specific entrance coming from both directions. And we saw people get high centered by not following the navigational aids. Like this one here, it makes almost no sense, but you follow that magenta line and it's got you going all over the place, back and forth. Why are we going back over there? Anyway, same with coming in. Your magenta line is there for a reason, but you'd be coming in on this magenta line, coming into Georgetown, and from here you could literally anchor pretty much anywhere. And when will you be here? Oh, it might still be empty when you get here. There probably might only be 50 to 100 boats there when you get there, because people are going to race from the East Coast to here. And if you're going to be an East Coast Bahamas sailor, then you're going to know this place really good.
Yeah, this is going to be in Thanksgiving week.
Yes. And so this is a moderately okay place. I mean, they got doctors, dentists, all that kind of stuff, but but this is your Lake Victoria. Usually by the way, the anchors are everywhere here. Anchor this whole area. There's not Rolly K. I mean, there's even a mooring there, but yeah, you can anchor. Most people anchor. I'm going to tell you, there's even I've been inside here too. People don't anchor in there necessarily, but this whole, sorry, get this right. So this whole area where my cursor is.
Your depth soundings are in meters or feet?
These are in feet.
Feet. Okay.
Yeah. So this whole thing is your anchorage, right? All the way up and down this whole outer island area. If you're a scuba diver, there literally is a blue hole right here that you go underground. You disappear from the face of the planet. You go into a cave. Anyway.
Wow.
Yeah. Crazy. Anyway, so you dinghy across. It gets a little windy. If you're going to be in the store, I would say anchor closer if you get an opportunity. If you're just going to be there for the day, running in. But so the dinghy.
Regatta Point near there?
No, you're going to. Oh, yeah. Could you anchor? Yeah, you could anchor there. Most people anchor probably over here, next out here. They'll anchor right out here.
Okay.
And right with this, and then they'll dinghy in. That's like a close.
Yeah.
But it's not the most comfortable, but it's close.
Moss Cays, near Moss Cays. Yeah.
Yes, Moss Cays. So then you can dinghy in, and you dinghy in here, and it's underneath the bridge. You dinghy inside.
Yeah.
And then there's docks, and right at the docks is a grocery store. Right at the docks is a gas station. So anyway, there's budget Marines, all that kind of stuff, all the way around this whole circle. This is like their little mini town, Georgetown. Anyway, so I'm sure there's restaurants there too if you guys wanted to get off the boat for a second. But that's Georgetown. It's your day 3 or whatever. So yeah. From there, you're just going to continue leaving Georgetown, following the magenta line on the way out, or you will hit bottom. And what now? So the Bahamas, because you're going to be going to. I just want to give you a real quick briefing on the Bahamas, because you're going to be going to the main island there, which is what is it again? Where they're flying out of?
Nassau.
Nassau. Yeah. Nassau. They got 6 to 8 cruise ships. I mean, it's crazy. So I want you to look at this map, because if you look on the white side, that is deep water. The blue side, or they call that the sound, and the blue side is the bank side. And of course, the tongue of the ocean is also a sound, but I mean, it's deep.
It's deep. So
you have this deep spot on both sides with a shallow spot in the middle, which creates. This is the area you're gonna have to watch the tide tables. You're gonna want to know your tide tables here. So once you've left, it doesn't matter where you're gonna go. you're going to skip the bottom section of this. I would suggest, just for to not let's see, where would I have you stop, which is nice. I would say skip the lower sections, because the lower sections are riddled with a lot of shallow area, and you want to get into something that's a little bit more deeper, because I'm trying to, here we go. This would be your first play. This would be your, I wouldn't go any further south than this. I would start here going north. You can pretty much pull over wherever you want, and I'll throw out some places, and I would leave this open a little bit, and you figure out where you're at time-wise and what you want to do. But on the bank side, you'll see the anchors. The bank side, you see all those anchors? Yeah, because then you're going to see those all the way up, because you're not going to anchor out here in the sound. It's way too deep. And it gets deep real fast, real quick, and the shallows get shallow all over. But so at tide change, can you imagine if the tide is a 2-foot lift, a rise, all that water rushing through these little tiny little places like this, water rushing in, right? So it says right on the strong current, because that water is rushing in, and then when the tide's going out, the water rushes out, and up to like 2 or 3. You can have like probably at least 3 knot currents right there, and they're not real wide. So you get really steep waves, like 3 and 4 foot waves up and down, very steep, very close.
So if you're in a choke point, then you can get some really rough water.
Yes, very rough water, like a washing machine, crazy. So to solve that is that if you're going from the sound side, which is on the right here, and you're going onto the bank side, if that's the way you're traveling, you want to travel that when the tide is going up. And you can go with the water, and it's easy. You're not fighting a current. And if you're going from the bank side, which is the side on the left, going to the sound, which is on the right, you want to go when the tide is going down.
Mm-hmm.
So that you can go out with the tide. And believe me, it makes a difference. It took me only one passage of doing the rough stuff to realize I can't keep doing that. And so these cuts become kind of important. What cut you're going to do?
Yeah,
farmers,
they're two-way rivers. Yeah.
So farmer's cut is your typical. There is one more cut, and was this one right? No, yeah, cave cut or rudder cut. Sorry, rudder cut is your last one, or if you're going up, it'll be your first one. Just go past rudder cut, because there's nothing really on the other side. I would start if you want to, and you want to get on the bank side for your anchorage. So to me, big gullet cut, and by the way, these dive places, there's dive everywhere here. Big Farmer's K cut should be right above it. Farmer's K cut. To me, that's a great target is Farmer's K cut. You can go inside of that one pretty quick, turn the corner, and find yourself an anchorage if you're needing to real quick. But you just got to remember, you just kind of you want to know these cuts. Farmer's cut, and there's no other cut for quite a while.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, so to me, that's the one. If I was doing your thing, I would go up Farmer's cut.
Yeah, go out Farmer's cut.
Big gullet cut. Yeah, big gullet cut, which is this one right here, is if you want, it's a equally easy one. You're heading north, but then all of a sudden now you have to realize now you're heading north. Now you're traveling in 7 feet of water, and you got to make sure you're not going to go over the top of a 2-foot area. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I like the longer I can stay outside, the better. But you want to get inside to. In fact, I'm going to tell you, to be honest, when I moved up and down the Exumas, if I say, let's just say I came in here and I anchored in here for the night, or to the couple of nights or whatever it was. When it was time for me to move on, I went back out the cut and I did all my traveling on the sound. I didn't travel on the inside. I just came on the inside for the night or whatever.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, there's long, these really long. All right. So in here, going through this Dontum cut and came
Why
down here.
wouldn't you come? So on the bank side, when you go outside the bank, you've got 15 feet of water there. Why wouldn't you travel there?
Well, here you can. The further north you go, the easier it is to travel on the inside.
Okay.
Further down, okay, if you watch these numbers, look at them. They go 17, 14, 13, 11, 9, 7, 6, 5.
So
I said, yeah, go up a little bit first, and then go on the inside.
Yeah, farmer's cut is where if you're on the inside on the bank, then you get some deeper water, right?
Yeah, so there's this 8 foot. Well, if you you got the challenge is to get to that 10 foot of water. You got to go through. You got to find a way through.
Oh, 2 feet. Well, that won't work.
Right. And so that's what I'm saying is like, they're not always right. It's shifting sands. It says right there, shifting sands. So these numbers aren't always correct.
Yeah, it could
because
be.
it shifts. So you see my point. So here's a magenta. Here's from Farmer's K cut. Here's a magenta line, and so someone found a path, 5'7", looks like the shallowest it's going to be, and they got out to that 10 foot stuff.
Yeah, that's
So
kind of terrifying.
Yeah, exactly, which is why I just went back out. I'm like, I'm good. If one of those numbers is off, like let's just say 5'7", I'm crossing 5 foot, 4'6". I'm crossing 4 foot water. If it happens to be low tide and the sands have moved just to 1 foot,
Yeah,
I just hit sand. Oh, good light and visual navigation needed.
yeah. Then you're calling U.S. boat to or boat U.S.
Well, you'd hope you could call them, but I don't know if they operate in the Bahamas.
They do.
They do? Okay.
They do.
Anyway, so that's what leads to my.
Showboat US?
That's what leads me from going inside, catching, doing some snorkeling, having some fun, spending the day, whatever it is, to go back outside. So and after that, you can pretty much go inside all the time. So it's this one right here.
And they use red buoys as
Danger and yeah, so
channel markers.
So this one here, once you get on side of this one here, because we actually, anyway, so you're going to spend a lot of time looking at this, and you're going to be zooming in, and you're going to be looking at you have this on your.
Is there a cut where you could cross from the sound into the bank and get to the west side without dangerous 2 foot water?
The further north you go, yes. The further south you are, I would say no.
Okay.
So, but the thing is, yeah, because you're going to travel up. You're going to travel on the bank side.
I want to get through that, so I make my way to Nassau.
Yeah. That's what I say. And that's why I was showing you the cuts, because you need to make a choice on which cut to use. And to me, the safest cut is this one right here, this Dontum cut.
What's it called?
Dontum cut.
Dontum cut.
DOTHAM. To me, that's the one south of there is not that big of a deal, but you got to at least stop and see the pigs and the Staniel K. All right, so we're not there yet. And then,
You won't go back.
Piano.
What?
The piano. Hold on one second. I can't remember where the piano's at. What to look. Anyway, no, but would you say Stanley K? Stanley K. All right. Anyway, so now once you're on this side of Dontum Cut, like I say, you just roll on side here, grab yourself an anchorage, and then or not, but you can now travel from now on. You can pretty much travel in the little bit deeper, 12 feet.
Yeah.
And there's Daniel K. And so you're going to come up here. You're going to plan to spend at least one night out here.
So Staniel K, you said, is where the pigs are.
Yes.
Yeah, where are they at on Staniel K, Valerie? Hold on.
They're kind of on a little
I thought they were-
remote stretch outside of the K.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
What?
They're the little stretch of. They're down. They're down, right? Oh, I think they're. Or is it? Do you think it's bitter? I think it might be right here. Hold on. Let me just go over to Black Point, Shroud Cay. Got to memorize my K's. Iguana Beach.
And
Washington.
they told me those iguanas don't bite,
Yeah.
but they do.
Yeah.
I've got a scar to prove it.
Yeah, there's one of them. There's Daniel. Okay. There's one of them that says right on there, beware. Protected rock, Iguana Beach. Here's that. And then there's, yeah, so this is the Iguana Beach right there. Iguana Beach Anchorage. That's where all the iguanas come up right there, right? And then the pigs were, I thought they were, hold on, I'm going to search.
Jeff, did you swim in that Thunderball grotto?
Yes, I did.
That's cool.
Yes, that was awesome. Well, a must see, actually.
Yes.
We can locate them real quick, well, at some point, gotta locate them because you got to know where those are at. That's probably one of my favorite. Is it north or south of Black Point? Yeah, where's it at exactly, Valerie? Okay, hold on. Big Farmers Cay, Black Point.
If you're looking for the pigs,
There it is. Found it.
Staniel Cay flying.
Yeah.
Got to eat at the Flying Pig Cafe.
Yeah, that's not it, but
We did not do that.
yeah, we didn't do that. But where's it at?
What are you looking for?
Flying Pig Cafe. I'm looking for the pigs.
Daniel K.
I'm looking at Staniel Cay. I'm looking for the beach where the pigs would be. Oh, here it is, Pig Beach. Found it.
Ah, Pig Beach.
Says right on there. All right, so it's not on Staniel Cay, but there's Thunderbolt. So Thunderbolt Grotto, Pig Beach, and Iguana are all in the same place. So it's a must stop.
Okay.
Okay. So Pig Beach, you see all the boats hanging out there?
Yep.
Yeah, those pigs actually come out and
They swim out to your boat.
oh yeah, they will. Or you can just, like anchor off. You can anchor off pretty close and just, dinghy over or whatever. We actually went on the beach and there's the pigs right here. The little black things are pigs anyway, but they will swim out. They'll swim out to you if you are on a dinghy or something. But you bring some food. What kind of food do they like? What they say you should.
I don't know. You're not supposed to feed them.
No, I think you are supposed to
No,
feed
you're
them.
not.
That's the whole
You are-
genius
no,
behind
you're
that.
not supposed to feed
You got someone else to feed your pigs.
them. You're not supposed to feed them.
All right, not supposed to feed them, Valerie says. All right, so Thunderbolt Grotto. Mark that bad boy. There is a usually a lot of people here today on that day. This picture was saying so you can dinghy over. So if you park your boat right there, you can just dinghy around the corner to Thunderbolt Grotto, and then there's a buoy you can tie your dinghy up to, and then you swim inside. And you swim inside. Have you guys seen this?
Yeah, I've been inside.
Yes.
It's cool.
All right, so
It's a must do.
yeah, it's a must. You have to do that, at least that. That's inside there. Of course, I wish they were showing pictures of the fish instead of the side, but so Evan, that's on your list right there. You got to stop there.
That's
And
a James Bond spot.
Right. Yeah, they filmed a movie in there or something.
James Bond.
Yeah. And then what was the other one? The iguanas. The iguanas are a little further south, I think. Where are the iguanas?
We already
There
got
it is.
one.
There it goes, right here. Yeah. So I mean, this is probably not a dinghy ride from whatever. Just move the boat.
Yeah,
on your
we'll-
way on your way up. You start here. There's the anchorage right there, and yeah, the iguanas. Do you feed the iguanas, Valerie? I think they want to be fed.
do
Yeah,
they-
so-
but they like to eat
They
people.
like grapes and knuckles. They'll eat your knuckles.
They
Yeah.
like to eat his fingers.
But you can throw food at them. Anyway, so this is to me. We spent I don't know, probably a week here or something. But you can spend at least a day or so here, 2 days. I mean, you can cram it into one day, but you definitely got to
I'm
snorkel.
going to bring Amy back here for sure.
Oh yeah, you guys will, and you'll you'll be back to the spot. But it's a great place to stop and let everyone out. They'll have a blast. Whoever's on the boat for that will have a great time. I don't know how far it is up and down, but or how many miles it was to the last place, but you can decide which places you want to stop. But at some point here, let's see, how far north do you go? Yeah, pretty soon. Yeah, already we already missed it. All right, it's pretty much right somewhere in Foul Cay, somewhere here is when you're going to turn and head west. So I'm going to switch to the other map because to show you why.
Yeah.
All right. So yada yada. We had fun. We looked at pictures. Simpson Cay. Yeah, Simpson Cay. Yeah. Anywhere. I'll show you why. Oh, see, there's the magenta right there. Anyway. Because in Nassau, here it is right here. Nassau, you'll probably anchor right about here. This is a great anchorage. If I can, so there's Harbor Central Marina, but you can anchor out here. And you'll be out of the way of the cruise ships, which will be on those ports right behind you. Right across the street from that anchorage is Atlantis. You want to have a real great time, spend a lot of money, go stay in Atlantis. But
Atlantis is, yep.
Yeah, I'm sure at some point you guys will go. Valerie and I did the whole place without a
I got off a cruise ship right there.
Yeah. So yeah, they'll take you across the bridge and boom, drop you right in there. But so this is a good anchorage right here that was very acceptable. Not a lot of current, a lot of protection. But in order to get there, let's follow this magenta line out, and then you'll see why the path you'll take, but you'll take it in reverse. I'm going to take it from here back down to where we just were, okay? So this magenta line here is takes you back out here, and some people will stage out here at these upper islands, but you don't need to do that coming up.
Mm-mm.
So I want you to watch the Balmies, which is the red, and the depths.
Yep.
And there's two banks I'm going to show you here in a second, because and you're going to go between the two banks, which is to me the safest thing to do, and it makes the most amount of sense. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. So you see the inlet. This is where you'll be heading in.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to take you out into the ocean a little bit. I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to show you. So you see all these over here. This is one of the banks. One's, I think, the yellow bank, and the other one is white bank. All right. So they got these nice little purple straight lines you can follow if you're not concerned at all about hitting anything. I think you can go follow those. I'm sure you'll be fine. But what I did is I did a due south straight through here, and avoided this 6 foot. See the 6 foots? Those just make me nervous. 6 foot. I know I'm 4 foot, but 2 feet and 1 stone, and I'm hitting something.
Right.
So I broke between the white bank here, which is 6 foot or 5 foot something, and this yellow bank, which is 6 foot something. I just went straight south through the 8 foot, and then after I cleared that, then I headed due east. But you will be heading due west, so you'll be going with the wind, due west, and then north with a beam reach. You know what I'm saying? Instead of doing the angle, you just do the north south. So to me, that is directly across from. We'll zoom in on it. Well, Allen's Cay. All right, so that's Allen's Cay. Allen's Cay and Allen's Bank.
You said Foul Cay.
Yeah, but it's if you go a little bit further north and go to Allen's Cay. Allen's Cay is the right one. I wasn't 100% confident on that Foul Cay.
Okay, Allen's Cay.
Allen's Cay, and you can anchor in Allen's Cay too. We actually have. Actually, this is one of the times we almost ran around. We almost ran into the sandbank right here. But and there's iguanas right here too, by the way. Anyway, But yeah, so we spent the night there. If you need a landing place before you do that next little crossing over to Nassau, this would be your a good one, very well protected. Even over here, sorry, even over here is fine, but this is good right here. This is a good place to be.
Yep.
Just a little more exposed. Anyway, you just go in here. It's very shallow, but doable and safe. And then boom, pop out the next morning really quick and just start heading west. You know, full on downwind sail all the way across and out. And of course, you need this marked on your avionics as to when to turn north. And then boom. I mean, you could cut this corner a little bit, no problem. You know, you
want to be headed north through between.
You can cut this corner a little bit and then
Yep.
You know, and head north. But you don't actually see these little dots out there. They're under the ground.
Well, yeah, no, they're just shallow, and you can run into them.
You could run them over, I guess, if you're deep enough. But anyway, to me, that was just, you know, boom, straight east, straight north, and then inside. You know, now boom, now you're in Nassau.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so all of that, checking into the Bahamas in Georgetown, and you're still not going to check out of, I don't know. You have to ask if you're required to check out. I don't know that you're required to check out of the Bahamas. Anyway, but the next ones are going to be a little less exciting, the next little legs. But I'll show you what they are in, you know, to get back to. Where are you heading? What part of the States?
So from here, I want to go to Key West. And
Key West. Oh, geez. You really went way north. Oh, but that's because of the airport. Okay.
The airport.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're going to go south. The nice thing is that you can ride the Gulf down to Key West.
Right.
Gulf Stream the whole way. Yeah. All right, cool. All right. Well, there's pluses to everything. All right. So there is an imaginary place on the map. So you end up exiting Nassau. Right here. You come on out of Nassau. There's Nassau.
Right
leaving
through Hogfish Bank.
Hogfish Bank. Yeah, that's how you're going to enter it. Or sorry, that's how you're going to leave it there. And then from there, there is an imaginary spot in the middle of the ocean here. Hold on, I'm going to find it because you're going to be heading this way, where all these lines are going to. Oh yeah, that's the imaginary spot. All right. So this spot right here, where all those lines were going to, you see all those
Northwest Channel.
See all those magenta lines? You see all this stuff out there, but when you're out there, you don't see any of it. So actually, except for Chub Cay, I think we spent the night at Chub Cay.
Well, there's a choke point there.
Yeah.
Through all those bombies.
Yes, and that's why. But you don't see the bombies. You see them on the map, but you don't see them in real life. I'm not sure what the distance between here and there is. I can find out whether or not you're going to stay at Chub Cay or not. But you can figure that out. But here, I'm just letting you know, Chub Cay is a great place to spend one night in your life. But I don't know about spending much more than that. By the way, that's the Berries up there. Never been there. Hope to go there someday on Evan's boat.
Okay.
Anyway, so all those went to this choke point right here. But you don't see any of it. You might see the breakers, but you don't see any of the stuff. So you're just and when you're there, it's just ocean all the way around. You don't see any of this, but you do need to go to this place.
Right.
That's this imaginary place in the middle of the ocean, and from there, you can either head straight. Are you going to go maybe just from straight? This is the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
And this shallow. You're just going to go straight down this line right there, aren't you?
Right. Yep. Follow the purple line.
All the way, yeah. So nice thing is it should be on your chart plotter. And it looks like you only have, and so to me, it's like, that seems like a little bit of a trip. So Chub Cay is why that's kind of a place to rest before you make this longer journey. Because I don't think you can stop from Chub Cay until you get to Key West. You're not going to stop. That's a little bit of miles, a couple of days probably. I don't know. I didn't do the math, but you're still going through some shallows, and on top of those shallows, Oh, look, there's an anchorage. Looks like a lot of rough water right there. Coral bottom, rough currents, and an anchorage.
Well, just before you get to the rough currents, there's some anchorage there.
Yeah.
So where is that? Is there's no sandbars?
Oh, this is middle of the ocean. Yeah, there's nothing around you. When you see this, if you were to stop here, and I've done it, Valerie and I've done it. We've stopped in the middle and like you can't see land, but here we are anchored. It's the weirdest thing. But if you needed to stop, at least you have a place. But it's more caution going through here.
Yeah, you'd stop before you get to the rough water.
Yeah, well, you're going to travel right through this thing on a magenta line. And I wouldn't necessarily trust that magenta down to its very core. You know what I mean?
No, it's just a guideline.
Yeah. And so when you get that, so that's your only hazard from that other imaginary point in the water.
So that
there's a light out here. At least there's a light.
South Riding Rock and Castle Rock.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, look, there's a dive spot. We can dive a wreck. Yeah. Anyway, but so you're just going to cross through that or stop if you want to, but and then you're going to get about halfway over here, and then you're going to start jumping into the Gulf Stream, which will carry you right around the corner here. Oh, by the way, just in case you happen to have a minute on your schedule, do plan. I don't know if you've been there. Have you been to Sombrero Reef?
I've been near it. I haven't been to it. No, but that's great.
Hold on.
There.
Yes, he's going all the way Key West.
What is that off of?
Sombrero Reef is in Marathon, Jeff.
I know. He's going to Key West. He's going right past it.
I'll go right past it. Yeah.
He has to go all the way around. His mast is too tall to go underneath the bridge.
I can't go underneath the bridge.
Sombrero Key.
Down to Key West to go to St. Petersburg?
Yes.
St. Petersburg is on the other side.
It's on the west side of Florida.
He's going all the way to Key West and then going up into St. Petersburg.
Yep.
You're wrong then about Sombrero.
Sombrero is on the south side of Marathon.
On the wrong side of where he needs to be.
I know, but he's got to go past it to go. He's going all the way to the end and all the way back up.
I'm going to stop in Key West because I can't
go all the way to Key West.
Anywhere else.
It was in Marathon.
I know it's on the south side of Marathon. Right past it.
Here.
Here you go. Near Hawks Channel.
Yep.
Anyway, Sombrero Reef. It's a sanctuary of sensitive area. Anyway,
what, you scuba dive or snorkel out there?
You just snorkel this. It's just a great snorkel. There's actually a tower on this thing too, I believe. If I'm in the right spot. Make sure I'm in the right spot here.
It's off Hawks Cay, was it?
Off of Marathon.
Yeah,
there's a tower on it. I see the tower on it.
Oh, he's gonna go this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there should be a radio tower on it. Anyway, yeah, they put a radio tower on it. So I believe this is it right here.
Couple of catamarans sitting on it right now.
Yeah. always. It's a favorite right there. Marathon right there. Where's the bridge? 7 Mile Bridge and Sombrero Key. There it is. There's the tower right there. Is that a tower?
Yep.
Yeah, something right there. And there are yellow. I don't see them on here, but there are yellow buoys out there. I don't see them on here though. But yeah, it's you. I don't think you could ever get tired of swimming out. This is like number 2 on my favorite places to snorkel.
That's
because the fish literally come up to you, want you to feed them. I kid you not. Anyway, I kid you not. Anyway, that's I don't think I'd love to go back there again. But anyway, yeah, just make sure that you're doing that last part during the day. So leaving whatever to make sure you can come by here in the morning or day, afternoon, whatever.
Right.
And and then end up in Key West at night.
Mm-hmm.
And then the rest. How to going up to Petersburg.
Yep.
Is this St. Petersburg? Am I in the right place?
That's Fort Myers. St.
There.
Petersburg is north of Fort Myers. It's huge. You can't miss it. There it is.
We got it going.
Yeah, because we had our work done right here in St. Petersburg, right here, somewhere right here. Anyway,
So where did you haul out?
what's that?
Where did you haul out in St. Petersburg?
Progressive, which is right. Yeah, I think it's right here. This map doesn't do it right for me. But it will. Am I the wrong one still? There we go. Yeah, so we had our work done at Progressive. Right here.
I need to haul out and change
So there's
others.
okay. So here's the airport right there, and so there's actually what 3 different marinas here. Yeah. So there's South
Progressive Marine Service Boatyard.
Yeah, right by the university.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's the Salt Creek, so it's barely enough for one boat to go up here by itself. But yeah, Salt Creek Marina.
Yep.
The yacht riggers actually, that's labeled incorrectly. The yacht riggers is actually right here, and Progressive was right here. We hauled out right here.
Okay.
And they had this lift here, so you could basically come straight into the lift and then leave. That was slanted right there. And so yeah, Progressive is the one where I did the bottom job. They did they brought in my Kiwi props and rebuilt my bottom end of my sail drives because I wanted them to just have been gone through.
Yeah.
It's a little, it costs the money to do it, but it's nice to know that all the parts in there are brand new and they're not worn out. And because that's the part that's under the water.
Yeah.
I can't get to that once it's in the water. So so I had my shafts rehardened and all new rings and gaskets and whatever, just everything brand new on the bottom end basically. And then we bought the new props and had those put on along with the bottom job. But the bottom job, they sandblasted it for me, so it cost me a little bit of money. But at the end of the day, a bottom job is something that I swear you can do yourself. But I didn't have a sandblaster, and I wanted a sandblast. I didn't know what kind of paint I had on there, so I wanted everything off. Start over fresh, new, with just new epoxy coats and all that kind of stuff. So they did it for me there, though. Anyway.
That's a good reference. So you like them?
Yeah, I've heard some negative reviews on them as well. And the negative reviews I heard on them prior to going there was that they'll tell you it's this many bags of sand included in the sandblasting or this many hours included in the hand sanding or whatever it is. And they always go over budget. But guess what? They didn't go over budget on mine. A period. They didn't charge me anything. They didn't come back and stiff me for more money is basically what they were kind of known for doing, I guess.
Yeah.
But I had lots of work, and all the work I had them do kept coming in right on budget. Like there was no overages. I knew what I was spending before I spent it. And then they billed me. And they billed me. Yeah, and they billed me for that. So to me, that's what I want them to do. How much is it? Go do it and pay me the bill for what you said it was going to cost me.
Mm-hmm.
That's so I don't have anything bad to say about them at all. I got Kiwi props on them out of them. They took 8 days to ship them from New Zealand through customs and everything. Actually, they were shipped in a couple of days. It just took like a half a week to get it through customs.
What props did you get?
I got Kiwi props.
The Kiwi props. Okay.
Yeah, so they're the ones. They're not the folding props. They're the feathering. So the thing about the props that you have on there now, or the two blades originals, is that when you go forward, they push the boat forward. But when you sail, they also spin. And
Yeah.
you're sailing, the shaft is spinning.
Yeah.
And there's some back and forth on whether you're supposed to have it in neutral or in gear. I'm thinking neutral because I don't want my pistons moving too. Anyway, so neutral, and then they spin, and you can hear them. So I could hear mine spinning, and because it's moving the shaft, the sail drive, the whole thing, everything's moving.
When you're saying in gear, do you mean reverse?
Yeah, I was told you're supposed to put them in reverse. Like the
Right.
manual does it. I'm like, I never did that. I kept them in neutral. But yeah, it says to put them in reverse. I'm like, why would I put my gears in reverse? Anyway, but yeah, the manual does say that. I saw it online on the manual. But anyway, so mine are now feathering. So
The manual say put them in reverse.
did you see it? Did you see it in the sail drive? Look at your sail drive manual.
I've got an SD50. I'll go look. But why they suggest reverse?
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
because it's probably got less. Well, I mean, think about it. The way the transmission designed, that's going to just be continuing to push it in the direction that it normally goes.
Okay.
I can kind of understand that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't quite follow that, and I didn't really agree with it because I didn't understand it. But that's also one of the reasons. It's not the only reason, but by going with my my feathering props, when I'm going forward, they're pitched the exact right pitch, and when I go in reverse, guess what? They flip and go to the exact pitch that they're supposed to be. So I have just as much power going backwards as I do forward, which is great when you're have a catamaran and you're trying to park it somewhere. But also that they go flat when I'm sailing, so my shaft's not turning when I'm sailing.
How much were they?
You know what? We have it written down somewhere. It was a few $1,000. I can't remember what it was
I
total,
got
but
a quote for some feathering props of 10 grand a prop, and I said no.
oh no, it wasn't nothing like that. I can find out for you actually. Give me 1 second. I can tell you exactly what it is. Just give me 1 second.
And before we wrap up here, Jeff, when we started the call, I was in the car and I did not have the map in front of me. And if you don't mind, if we could start back at Grenada and just do the first couple of islands there.
Here you go. Am I still on the screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Yeah, so I paid $3,200.
That's a dang good price.
Plus $230 for two spare blades. So that's both sides.
Is there regular maintenance you have to do on them?
No, it's just one Allen head screw that pulls them off. There's no maintenance on them because they just pivot from forward to backwards to neutral. They're plastic as far as what I see. I put some anti-foul on them just because why not? And I'm glad I did because you can see that, anyway. So I pay and put anti-foul on my blades. Most people put like galvanized paint on them or something, but I think that's what they did, and it all came off. I'm like, because it didn't stick to the plastic, but my bottom paint did stick to the plastic. So
these are plastic blades.
Yes, they're hard. Well, they're hardened, a hard styrene plastic type. They got some weight to them. They got some density to them. Anyway, but yeah, so those are Kiwi prop. I mean, come on, that's like
not a bad price.
It's not. Yeah, to me, that was a no-brainer. You mean I can get both of them done for $3,200? I was like, yeah, let's do that. And like, so back to let's just go right back here. Where are we? We're down here. You guys are doing so recap.
So just as a recap, so we're going to be starting out at the south, out of that marina. I guess that's where you are.
No, I'm not anymore.
I'm in Secret Harbor. The boat's in Secret Harbor between Prickly and Saga Cove. So Secret Harbor is right there. It is.
Yep.
The boat
and I've got another map up. I'm kind of following along on
the boat is tucked as far as you can go north in that bay before hitting right there where the word secret harbor is. That's where it is.
So where were we gonna anchor up the night of the 31st?
So Jeff is recommending, and I agree with him.
Yeah, what was the sketchy island you said don't go to?
What
Jeff?
Jeff's saying is there's no sense in checking in St. Vincent and spending an hour doing that when we could go check out of the Grenadines up in Tyrrell Bay.
Yeah, so where would we be anchoring that night? Tyrrell Bay?
Right here. Yeah, right here in Tyrrell Bay.
So let's just go to Tyrrell Bay on the 31st, camp there in the morning.
And by the way, that's a really short distance too. I mean, it's a little bit of a sail, but yeah, it's a day.
Yeah, it's a short day.
Yeah.
And then we can go up there, check out right there.
Yeah, check out right here. Customs is right on the dock right here.
And then the next morning, take off.
Well, yeah. Or you can check out the day before or whatever, but
I checked the day before.
Yeah, it's right here. It's literally on this dock. This is the checkout is right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we go there on the 31st, check out.
There, yeah.
Wake up early in the morning and take off.
Yeah, so basically you're going to go from the Caracue, which you've checked out of there, and you're going to skip the Grenadines, and you guys are going to go right past St. Vincent. You're not even going to check into St. Vincent, right?
No, we're going to sail all day, sail all
Yeah.
night, and then that'll take us to
St. Lucia.
We'll pass
Martin-
St. Lucia and go to
You going
Martinique.
straight into Martinique, or are you
Yep.
stopping?
No, I'm going right here to Martinique. And where did you say you guys are going to stop?
St.
Martinique.
Anne?
St. Anne in the Southern Bay
Yeah,
in La Marin.
there it is. And there's a check-in there.
Yep, there's a check-in at La Marin.
All right, I'm not gonna double check it. You guys got it. Anyway, so from there, that is that's a decent sail. Do you want to know how long that is?
Yeah.
How many miles that is? Let's just check it real fast.
If it's not doable in an overnight in a day, then I don't want to
Yeah, then you want to break it down.
Then
So you're going from here, Tyrrell Bay, boom,
Yep.
up to the southern. Yeah. Oh no, I'm just doing distance, honey.
Yeah.
Just do the zone math.
Yeah, that's
122 miles. Yeah, that's a overnight day, right?
that's an overnight and a
And
day.
what was that? That's from Tyrrell Bay to Martinique?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's your first.
We could be in Martinique on the evening of the 2nd.
Yes, probably will be.
Yeah. And then we have all day.
If we do that, we will be, unless you want to
Right.
break it up.
No, I like that because then we have all day to explore Martinique. We don't have to worry about getting to Martinique because we're there.
Yeah, you're already there.
Yeah, we're already there. So then we have a nice day in Martinique on the 3rd. We swap crew. Well, we get new crew on the morning of the 4th. We can do a little provisioning with them, some shopping, take off Sunday morning. We would check out from Martinique on Saturday and then take off Sunday morning and head for that little island south of Guadalupe.
Where are you guys going? Right here?
Terre de Haute.
Yeah, Terre de Haute. Yeah,
That was right here, right?
that's right there. That little island. Yep, that's where we're going.
That's 101 miles.
So that's
Less. That's just a day sail.
that's
Wait,
well,
is
it's
it over,
too long
overnight?
day sail.
It's an overnight.
It's one overnight. So we'd probably leave
Late morning.
in the
No, you'll leave in the afternoon. I don't know your boat speed. What's your boat speed? Do you know what you travel at on your sail?
The owner says that this boat travels very nicely at 9 knots.
Wow.
in an 18 knot wind.
Oh yeah, well,
So it'll do half the wind speed up to 20 knots, he says.
okay, yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, so but for calculations,
But I want
seven
I'm
or eight.
calculating
Right.
an average 7 because I don't want to like. It depends on what I see, right? So an average of 7 would be making good time. So
Yeah, it's still 14 hours though.
it's still
So
a
that's-
long time.
So that's an overnight. So
Yeah.
and right now, just so you guys know, daylight, sun up to sundown. There's
Fixed.
12 here in this area is 12-hour days, 12-hour nights.
Yeah.
Good.
2.5 hour, but so
That's
so
good to know.
yeah, because if it was 14-hour days, like it is in Pacific Northwest sometimes, and it's only or whatever, it changes depending on your.
Yeah. So in that trip, we'd leave before sundown and arrive just after sun up.
Absolutely, exactly. That's why you wouldn't want to leave at noon,
Right.
because you'd be sitting there in the dark trying to anchor because the sun ain't even coming up yet.
Don't ever want to do that. I don't want to
Or
be trying to anchor in the dark and somewhere I haven't been.
Well, that's just it. Sometimes you're like, oh, but we're early. So what happens? You don't want to anchor in the dark, and you end up doing circles in the bay for 2 or 3 hours because you left too soon.
Yeah, that sucks.
Or it in advance and you slow the boat down, 4 hours before you even get there because you don't want to get there too soon. I've done it. I'm like, we're here way faster than I thought we'd be here. Either we made a mistake or we just made really good time. So let's slow down and anyway, and then you just slow the boat down.
I never want to be arriving in the dark. That's just not
Exactly
to do.
Anyway, so here's another. The other one was a night sail. Another night sail. These aren't really day sails. I just call these night sails because they're 14 hours long. Day sail for me is 8 hours long.
Yes, exactly.
Or
2 hours, maybe pushing 10, but I don't want to go to 12.
So after we leave Martinique, our next stop is did we say St. Kitts?
Guadalupe.
No, after Guadalupe.
Okay, and then after Guadalupe, we're going to St. Kitts. Yeah.
Oh, hey, so yeah, Valerie had a good point. On a 14-hour sail, you could anchor up. You could anchor up at let's say 3 hours before sunup. So 4 o'clock. Yeah, 4 o'clock in the morning. If you were comfortable leaving your anchorage, you could anchor up, a few hours before sunup, and you'd still get there before sundown. But it doesn't leave much for an air or or poor weather or yeah. But yeah, you can turn some of these overnights into day sails if you leave early enough in the morning before the sun comes up.
Yeah, exactly. So it's going to just depend on the schedule. Right?
And preference.
I'm okay with leaving at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Leaving your anchorage is a lot safer than entering your anchorage, right?
Yep.
You just follow it back
So
out.
Jeff, it doesn't look like you're hardly out of sight of land for the whole trip.
For a lot of the trip, you're looking at land. Yeah.
Yeah. On this whole trip, the only time you won't see land is the only time you're going to not see land is going to be from Puerto Rico to Puerto Rico to
I think that's flying a few hundred miles. So
that's usually about 3 days.
Yeah, that's a trek.
But you're not stopping. You're doing 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
So you won't see land will disappear for that one. After that, you'll be fine. The next time you won't see land is going to be leaving Bahamas, Nassau. You won't see land there for a while.
Yeah, and then we'll be going west along the Keys there.
Yeah, but you'll see land.
90 miles of Keys.
Yeah, but yeah, so you're not of the entire however many months that is. You guys are going to be doing that, or whatever. I don't know how long this is.
Yeah.
But,
it's 6 weeks total travel time.
yeah, so 6 weeks. You're going to not see land for 5 days, 6 days maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's just a rough, assessment. Having been on this very path before, in reverse.
Right.
That's how we came down here, was the path we just
Mhm.
rerouted. And there are variables to that. I mean, there's definitely,
Sure.
you know, like we stopped at Calibra the first time we went to the States. We did not stop on the way back. And I hear traveling the south side of San Juan's is better, but that's only if you're over here in Dominican Republic. Why would you, like, we're not even, you just take off and head north.
No, I'm not gonna do DR.
Well, I think we were heading the other direction when we did all that.
Yeah.
So we're trying to find weather windows and shelter, etc.
I'm trying to build in a couple of days of padding each week, right? You notice that I want to kind of head to my destination sooner rather than later. So if I am delayed, I have padding on the back end.
Yeah.
And you'll notice that I'm going to try to do as much day sailing as possible, but if we have to, we can do overnight.
Yeah.
So,
And the other thing,
padding days.
yeah, I think you're correct, because when you start doing these, jumped and you get there, it's like, well, now we're there. Well, now what? Yeah.
Well, not you have to worry. You're there. You can relax, have a good time.
But you also could do a sail around whatever you're, like, oh, let's do a circle. We got a whole day. What are we gonna do? Oh, let's do a circle all the way around. As just, I mean, that's if you just need the entertainment. But realistically, throw some snorkels in the water, and that's usually what fills your day up.
Yeah,
it's finding good snorkels.
I think we'd far rather, go see the sights on land or do some snorkeling.
Barbecue, than just sail for no reason.
Right. No, we're gonna have lots of sailing time. I don't think we're gonna lack for sailing time.
Hey, we saw four turtles today on our snorkel. We haven't seen turtles in a snorkel for a long time.
Nice.
Yeah, it was really hard getting the snorkels back from them, but whatever.
Well, where do you see turtles? That means the ecosystem's in good shape.
Yeah, they're eating grass and they weren't too afraid of us. But then where we're at right now, we are not near anybody. Here, I'll show you where we're at.
Yeah, where are you?
I'll show you. We are right there.
Oh, cool.
Sailing Island.
Sailing Island. Okay.
So it's in Tyrrell Bay is right there. So we just spent the last several days. We just traveled around here, stayed there,
Mm-hmm.
up here, and then we went over to this island over here. Realized this island over here, and then we're like, there's no, it was supposed to be also, there's a lot of reef right here, and so we thought that there would be a lot better snorkel, a lot more to see, but there was nothing there, and so we came back kind of early, I guess, we expected to be a lot longer. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to figure out where we're at. Here we are. Because I mean, I'm looking at this going, oh, it's got to be gorgeous over there. This is a place, and that's a place, and then, oh, let's go over here. This is going to be awesome. Look at that. And we stayed here, and then we drove the dinghy all the way around here. Drove the dinghy all the way out to here. Oh, sorry. And we looked at that. That was like a conch island. But this island, this is actually a sandy island, and someone actually put a thatch umbrella stabbed into the ground.
Yeah.
There's just the only thing on the island is this
thatch umbrella. Yeah.
Umbrella. Yeah. So you can go on the island and sit underneath that umbrella. But anyway, so we got close to that, and we're like, we'd have to swim for it. So I was like, I'm not that interested. So, and we ended up cruising back. And so we ended up like leaving early. We thought there'd be more exciting, but not near as exciting as thought. We just skipped this spot, but I was like, I really want to go to this island. I see boats are on the AS all the time. And so this is where we're at right now. Oh, look, there's our boat. Anyway, so we're right here right now. And what's neat about this island, it's a private island, of course, but there is a trail that goes up to the top, but trying to respect there's one house. There it is. One house.
Wow.
And this is where we saw 4 turtles. We we swam forward and we started snorkeling through here. And by the time we got over here, it was all grass, and we just turtle after turtle after turtle after turtle. And then, anyway.
Nice.
So tomorrow we'll probably move, or it's really calm here. There's a real big current right through here. There's a huge current right through here.
But you're in Lee where you are. Yeah.
It's all coral right here. Yeah. So it's really heavy current, but where we're at, there's nothing.
Yeah.
So we're probably going to go over here tomorrow. And anyway, so we're just going to try to, and then there's 2 more islands we want to check out. And so we'll probably check those 2 out and then go back up here and check out.
Yeah.
So and anyway, but then we're going to do the Grenadines, and that's where you'll pass us, but we just want to look at all these islands. We want to look at all these islands.
Yeah.
These places are just gorgeous, and there's got to be good dive spots. So we've been doing a little bit of research, got more to do, but just to me, it's like, I don't know. I'm never going to get back down here again. So,
Jeff, have you caught some fish?
Yeah. In fact, I'm just contemplating on whether we're going to bust some of that tuna out of the freezer or not. So, no, I got me a nice yellowfin tuna, and just before that, I got a yellowfin. What was it? Yellowfin. Yellowtailed.
Yellowtail.
What was it? No, shoot. I forget the name. What it was. Snapper. Yellowfin snapper.
Oh, I love snapper.
Anyway, so yeah, you don't see yellowfin snapper. Anyway, it took a while to figure out what it was. I'm like, yellowfin snapper. I didn't know that existed. But no, so yeah, it actually, and just so you know, I caught that last tuna and that last snapper off of a cedar plug on a hand line.
A blue cedar plug or natural?
No, natural cedar plug.
Okay.
Anyway, which by the way, I should have bought more than one, but I had a 3-pack a year ago, and I've lost all 3 of them.
I love it.
So
I know
now,
what that means.
Yeah, there's something on it. Anyway, but so now I have stainless steel leader. So I think they come pre-rigged, and it's with a 100-pound line or whatever, but they still bite through that, and so I put steel leader on it, so now they can't bite it.
I used to fish for a living, so I'm used to making my own gear.
Yeah, and I wish I could just find them. I don't like them pre-rigged because I just want to put my own gear on it, But I have that on a hand line, and I wish I had a couple more hand lines. I just re-rigged both of my poles to put 3 lures on each pole, spaced out a little ways. So, a diver on the end, and then a couple other lures up the line a little bit. See if I can get something on this passage from on Monday. We check out, so we'll probably leave, and we're going to sail from here all the way up to here, and so that gives me a little bit of time to put the rods in the water, and so hopefully you get something here next week.
Well, Jim's going to try to catch something on our trip.
Hey, I'll tell you, if I could just I couldn't find any more cedar plugs down island here, and then I was in I thought it might have been Tyrrell Bay. I was in the Budget Marine or Island Marine or something, and a guy had one in his hand. I'm like, where'd you get that?
So you're saying if I brought a bag full of them, that'd be pretty valuable down there?
Oh yeah. But the problem is, and I was talking to someone else about another blue water cruiser who's wanting to make some. He's going to get on, he's thinking about, when he gets on his boat, bring a bunch of gear. I'm like, yeah, bring a bunch of gear. But he was talking about hobbyists as far as marketing and selling. The problem is that no one outside of the cruising community has any money to buy them. Because the incomes are low, and
absolutely,
poverty level. So therefore that's why you don't see anything really stocked. But as far as cruisers go, yeah, you can definitely sell them to other cruisers, because if they knew what a cedar plug was, then they know its value. The thing is, I was able to buy a pre-rig 6-inch plug in the store for, I think it was 18 or 19 EC, which is about $8.
Yeah, $8. Yeah.
And I think on Amazon they're like for $33 for 3 of them.
Yeah.
So cheaper here than
Yeah, that's a good deal. Absolutely.
yeah. And so I was like, oh well. So yeah, it's one of those things where you think that you'd be able to just bring a bunch of stuff down and sell it, but you're just going to end up using it. That's all. Bring what you want to use.
Yeah, so I'm bringing 2 handline systems that I'm going to leave with him.
Yeah, the handlines are.
I've got a full complement of international offshore stuff, but I figured bringing it down for a week was not feasible. I've already purchased everything to make him 2 handlines, and I've got all the lures. I don't have the feeder plugs yet. I've got
That's fun, man. I tell you.
a bunch of other lures, but I've got everything else ready to go.
Well,
Amazon brought the last of it today.
Perfect. My fish to get is the mahi, the dolphin
Yeah.
fish. That's the only one I want, and I catch other stuff. But the thing, what I've learned definitely about fishing is the bigger the lure, the bigger the fish. Because if you put a small lure out there, you got a small fish, and it's what you want. So you might as well go after what you want instead of catching a bunch of stuff you don't want. There's nothing worse than bringing something on board where it's like, well, that's a.
So Jeff, have you caught some wahoo?
I don't. I think maybe I might have, but I misread what it was and thought it was some other fish, and we let it go. In hindsight, I'm like, I bet you that was a wahoo. And then I looked it up. I'm like, yeah, I kind of think it was.
Oh no!
I know. I'm not really telling too many people that story. But no, I'd like to get a
I don't know
wahoo.
what wahoo looks like. Let me see.
Yeah, when I looked it up, it looked very familiar to something I threw back.
It's like a torpedo, and they are very.
Let's
Long,
see.
long snout.
I love mahi. I love tuna.
Oh, it almost look like a big.
The wahoo to me is even better than those other 2.
Okay.
Yeah, I hear that. I hear the same thing.
Yeah, so don't eat fish around the
Oh, yeah. So that's just FYI for both you guys, and it should be public information, and I'm sure that it is. If you're to look it up, you verify what I'm telling you is that ciguatera is in a lot of reef fish in the northern islands of the Caribbean, like around St. Thomas, So you know what ciguatera is?
Yes.
No.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Spell it.
ciguatera.
It's not good. You don't want it.
Cigaterra, I think.
You can use it in a sentence.
Ciguatera suck.
Yeah,
Oh.
you don't want it.
What? It's poison. It's poisonous.
Yes.
It's not good. It's like,
Yeah.
Those are reef fish. The reef
No,
fish are
so-
not the fish you catch trolling. Reef fish are.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Like-
you can catch barracuda, and the barracuda
Well-
eat the reef fish.
Well, yeah.
So that's why you don't want to eat the barracuda.
Yeah, I'm not
Right.
going to eat barracuda either.
I don't really want barracuda to begin with. It is a nice
No.
long fish. It would feed, but I hear it's not a good tasting fish, really, like a 3 on a scale of 5.
Yeah.
So I'm
No,
good.
I want
Yeah,
snapper
you got to keep the next wahoo, man. Those things are great.
I do catch a lot of barracuda, though. The cedar plug catches, actually, no, it doesn't catch barracuda. I have this one thing, guaranteed I'm going to catch a tuna or a barracuda on it every time. And it's more often it's a barracuda. I should stop using that lure.
Yeah. So what caught your wahoo?
Oh shoot, I can't even remember. It's been a while. I bet you it was a cedar plug. But I caught what did I catch one time that I caught? Oh no, I did catch a barracuda one time with this lure that I probably stopped using. And then a shark was eating the shark was eating the barracuda as I was bringing it in.
Oh,
Yeah, all the way up to the boat. I was like, man, I don't know what I got, but because the shark was pulling and tearing the fish, but I didn't know that, And so I'm like, I don't know what it is, but it sure is giving me a fight. And so I finally get it closer and closer. It's like, maybe it's still on there. I don't know. Then it'd fight again. Anyway, and all that was left was the head. And then I can see the shark in the water, following me. So I just took it off and threw the head in. Like, you can have the rest, I guess.
yeah.
Yeah, you ate this much of it. But yeah, that's one. And I think I almost had that happen to a tuna once, where I got a tuna and I think something was, you could tell when something's messing with it,
Yeah.
Because tunas are supposed to fight, and whereas like a lot of fish, not all fish fight. Like I don't know, it sure is heavy. I must have got something. A rock. Nope, fish. It's not all the fish fight. Anyway, but
So
no, the cedar plugs are a winner in my book.
Nice.
So when you guys get back to the States, Jeff, what are y'all's plans?
We are gonna travel around a little bit and in the southeastern region of the United States. So from like eastern Texas.
You want to rent our house in St. Petersburg? we won't.
We might have to. So we're looking for some piece of property to buy. We want to build like a self-sustaining home, like either in like Tennessee, maybe North Carolina, inland little ways. But
there's some cheap land in West Virginia with all those depressed coal miner villages, and it's beautiful.
I know. I hear there's all kinds of cheapest land. The cheapest land is in Virginia and Tennessee. But we're also looking at this area down here. We're looking at the panhandle of Florida. I don't know.
Yeah.
We haven't quite figured it out yet. But what we're going to do is we want to travel around a little bit and take a look at some of these places that I've never seen, and maybe we'll figure it out. And
So are you going to sell the boat?
Yeah. Our boat just got listed a couple days ago.
Okay.
It's on Yacht World and it's on Blue Water Cruising.
Mm-hmm.
Something or other.
How long is that boat?
What's that?
What's your length on that boat?
It's a 40. It's a Leopard 40 owner's version.
I emailed it.
Evan. Oh, Valerie said she emailed the listing to you, Evan.
Oh, good.
Anyway, you can share that if you want. We're gonna probably start sharing it. We're hoping that
listed with a broker, or are you trying to do it without a broker?
no, we got Chris with Blue Water is broker.
Good. You want that because
you'll
get more money for your boat.
Well, we're gonna get what we think it's. We're gonna get less than we think it's worth. Well, because we know how much money we put into it, and we're not gonna get all that back out.
No.
But that's the cost of cruising. That's the cost of boating. We're gonna lose a little bit of money, but you know what? The adventure was worth every penny that we're gonna lose. And at the end of the day, we're getting some of it back. And it's enough for us to go buy a piece of land and build a house. So why not?
Yeah.
And maybe I'll go back to work. Maybe I won't. I don't know. Just depends on how self-sufficient I make the house.
Yeah.
But yeah, neither Valerie nor I have any income right now. I mean, we just living off our savings. And so we're hoping that, we can either do something. I'll either start another company and work for other, have customers, or I'll, there's a couple different things that we're looking at. We realize we don't need much.
Yeah, there's crazy amounts of money in air conditioning, and I mean every trade you can think of. So you pick one.
Yeah, I know. Plumbers are the most expensive tradesmen.
Oh, I know, it's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, except for I've done all that. I've done all that stuff in my career. And I really don't want to be. I'm not going to take a job crawling underneath houses and do it. I'll supervise or I'll manage or I'll, I'll be a chief,
Sure.
operations officer or some sort of, engineer of some sort. Or we might build a bunch of houses that are all self-sufficient and Airbnb them out.
That'd be awesome.
There's a whole segment of population that actually is really into that. We are not really into that, but we could be if it's profitable.
Exactly.
Yeah. Then on an offshoot of that, which would be awesome, is if we did have these rentable units that we could create some sort of a spiritual retreat for people to, unplug and get away from and just reset, and then, refocus and, that kind of a thing. Do some sort of a, program like that. But,
Mhm.
one of those things we just want to travel around and find the right community. And then once we find the community, it'll kind of guide us to what we'll do, but that's the one thing about being on the boat is that you have some community, but at the end of the day, you really kind of are by yourself, unless you have some really dedicated boat buddies who won't go anywhere without you, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing to get, by the way. I mean, but it's difficult and it doesn't necessarily work out. It might work out for a season or it might work out for part of a season, but we're so used to being involved in our communities and our church and just that involvement and that just impacting lives. And we're not really doing that out here, I don't think. So that's really why we're getting off the boat, is that we don't have any impact. Like every day, like we snorkeled. Oh, it was great. What did we do for the kingdom today? Nothing. That's awesome.
What about, well, I guess you've already thought through it, but so your boat, as a 3-bedroom has limited capacity. So you could host comfortably another couple on a regular basis, but not more than that. Have you thought about, trying to get, your U.S. Coast Guard license and really be a private charter, or is your boat not set up for it?
Yeah, well, that's a whole other thing. And we don't really want to be in. Well, first of all, this boat would never go into the charter fleet. But if you were to say private charter, that would be like, say, Valerie and I on the boat, and we would captain the boat and we could bring people on and charter them. But now we're kissing people's butt, and we're just really not into that.
And I can speak up for that because my life has been offshore sport fishing, and I have worked on charter boats and I have done charters. And when you take your hobby and your passion and you make it your business and you're dealing with customers every day, it goes south pretty quick.
Yeah. And that's why it's just not really, that's not what we want to do. We don't want to sit there and, oh, would you like another drink? Would can I, and you guys go to bed, I'll clean up all the dishes, and then get up in the morning and make your breakfast for you just so you can, whatever. I mean, for friends, it would be different. You know what I'm saying? If it was just people we knew, that's one thing. But if it's strangers, and in order to have any kind of a business that's profitable, you got to go beyond just your friends and family. You got to, you got to build a business, And so at some point you have to get to that level in order to, anyway. And I don't know. It's just, that's not why we bought a boat. We didn't buy a boat to cater to other people, other than, we would love it if friends and family would be on the boat with us, et cetera, et cetera. That's the part we love. But outside of that.
Yeah. Have you had quite a few friends and family come, or not as many?
Well, friends and family don't ever show up. I paid for my son to come out for spring break this year. Other than that, other than the blue water cruising people, that's it. Having blue water cruisers on the boat. And Evan, you're gonna, you'll find. I mean, I don't know, and I think it's a different for different people. But if you're social at all, and you're gonna want people on your boat. Because when you're happy about your boat, you're proud of your boat, you want to share that experience with your friends, you want to share that experience with your families, you want to be able to socialize and hang out and have a good time. And a lot of that goes away. That's why like places like Georgetown are so popular, because there's events, and like Grenada, they're, because they have the net, so there's this whole network of things that are happening, and people are then allowed to socialize with one another, get to know one another. And that fills that human need of socialization. Yeah.
And I've got a consulting business where I'm talking to people, hours every day. And that could continue on the boat. And we've even joked, but half seriously, because, Martin, right? So I work for Martin's company.
Yeah, I know. You told me.
And it's getting serious. Someday we'll probably move past part-time consulting. So I think that's pretty cool too. So
yeah, and so there are certain, people like yourself. I kind of, he told me what he does and what the product is and all that. I'm like, okay, neat, but I'm not educated in that arena. So I can, as much as I can appreciate it, and I really do appreciate the fact that you guys are able to work, make money, incomes, socialize, encourage, all that kind of stuff. But, I swung a hammer.
Right.
Yeah, and I sell woodworking machinery.
Yeah. So, I mean, and so like
Dogs.
Valerie groomed dogs, Anyway, so
You don't want to do a a boat dog grooming business.
there's enough dogs out here. She probably could.
No, you could groom dogs on the water. Yeah.
Yeah. It was, but she left her business for a reason.
Yeah, right.
And it was, but so it's like, gosh, do I really want to start a whole other business again? Because that takes a lot of energy to build a business.
Yeah, it does.
But of course I got to do it within the framework of which I'm, educated, which is in construction. And so I'm hoping I would like to get some sort of consulting or some sort of supervisory, because I was a superintendent and I was foreman and all whatever. And so hopefully just, there's all I know is with what I know, there's plenty of work. Anyone that hires me is going to be lucky. I'll make them tons of money and they'll love me for it.
Right.
Symbiotic relationship. But otherwise, I'm just going to have to call you and get a bunch of stationary, woodworking equipment, build a shop and just play there all day long.
Well, I can help you with that.
Yeah. That's how my uncle's retired right now. He's just keeps being another lathe, he just got a CNC machine that he can't even operate. And but most of the time he just likes tinkering and sanding and he just likes making stuff. He's made every toy there is, it looks like. He's made art, he's done all kinds of cool stuff. But I mean, it's amazing what you can do when you have nothing else to do all day.
My dog brought me a ball.
Yeah. So you see, I think the fact that you're gonna have dogs on the boat is going to be part of the social. Dogs are social.
Yes.
When you wake up, they're already staring at you. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So that need is met with boats on a dog.
We're going to experiment with the YouTube channel about dogs on boats.
Yeah. But they fill up that they fill that void of social. So my wife and I, we can talk to each other, but we've already done that our whole, relationship.
Yeah.
Not that I don't appreciate everything about her.
Jim, did you accomplish everything you wanted to, or?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Thank you.
All
This
right.
has been very valuable.
Excellent.
Thank you, Jeff.
Hey, no worries.
From here, what I'm going to do is create a detailed day-by-day plan, like, the route we're going to take, where we're going to stop, all of that. I'll pass that by you at some point, Jeff, probably in another week or two.
Yeah, no worries. No, we just hope that you have a good passage. And that was one of the things that Valerie and I were concerned about, is that when you get back on your boat, that you're allowed time for you yourself to, start up all the systems, make sure that they're all working and running correctly, like AC, motors.
Yeah, we're allowing 10 days for all that.
Okay, yeah, that's plenty of time. And it's in the water already, so
yeah,
obviously not sinking.
Yeah, it's being watched. I get photos of it every week, including what the build looks like and so on. And so I'm pretty happy with the service I'm getting there.
Yeah. Are they starting the motors?
He's starting the motors every week.
Oh, good. So yeah, you should be able to walk on that then and not have too much concern anyway.
Yeah.
Have you had a chance to go through the inventory?
Well, I haven't been on the boat yet, so I don't know exactly what's on it. He supposedly left a lot of spares, some tools. So the first thing we'll do is get on the boat, inventory what we got, buy what we don't have. And then we have all kinds of little things to do. Like I still have to put on the decals. So I have to take off the old, put on the new. I'm going to swap chains because I've got a 150. I'm going to put on 300. That's already ordered and waiting. I've got Starlink to put on. That'll be something I do really soon. Like probably the day after I get there, let's install Starlink. Yeah.
Your Starlink, are you gonna try to do a permanent mount somewhere?
Yeah, I want him to do a permanent mount. I got to find out where exactly. It's the new flat mount one. It's not it doesn't have a pole.
You put it on your the roof of your
the
helm station, like your helm station.
Oh, the roof of the helm station. Okay, that'd be a good place for it. If the mast won't hit it.
What's that?
If the mast won't hit it.
Oh no, it's this thick.
Yeah, it comes on a little mount, so it's it might be 2 or 3 inches.
Yeah, your boom is way higher than that.
Yeah, so if I can have lots of clearance, yeah, that's a good spot for it.
I'm just saying because you're never ever going to use that space for anything else. The only concern is that the boom and the sail bag doesn't interfere with its signal. So that's what I pushed mine to the back and off my boat as far as possible.
Everybody's telling me put it as far back as you can get it.
Far back, far off the boat as you can get.
Yeah.
You know.
So if I can mount it on my solar arch at the far end back of the boat, that's what I want to do.
Well, you saw mine. That's where mine is.
Yeah.
Mine's off the side, off.
But I'd have to get some kind of clamp and bracket.
Yeah. So the bracket they ship with is 4-leg bracket.
Well, I don't have yours. I'm going to have the flat.
Oh, right. So it doesn't have. You still need a bracket to put that on, though.
So
you need a full bracket.
So I need something that I can place this flat dish on and then clamp it to the back of the solar arch. On a temporary basis, I'm just going to, duct tape it down to the roof. But before we leave, I want to have some kind of a clamp arrangement.
Yeah, I was trying to remember in Grenada if they had. I know they have welders, but I didn't. I was waiting. People were talking about. I'm waiting for them to say whether or not they found a aluminum or stainless steel welder, because they have ferrous welders, but they don't have. I don't know if they have any stainless. They have to though. They have to have stainless. It's one of those things I was just listening and trying to find out if they had them down there or not. I still don't know, but they have to, because I know a guy had a whole rack.
Martin had a really good stainless arch built.
Okay, so he would be a guy to find out to get it, because you want to get a stainless mount.
Yeah. So if I could either if I could either buy a clamp or get one made or something. So we have to figure that out.
Yeah, all you need them is to make the bed to put it on, and then you're going to screw it to your frame. You're going to hard fasten it, screw it to your frame. You just need someone to build the thing that you're going to screw onto it.
Yeah, right.
And then and that's not going to flop around and break off. And
that's the issue. Yeah, it's got to be rock solid.
Yeah, well, I'm sitting on mine. Mine's just sitting on 2 little square pipes. 3/4 inch by 1.5 inches or something, 2 inch maybe, square, out to a T, and it's only being held on there with 4 screws, and that thing never moves. It doesn't even vibrate. It's so it's not much, but yours is a little different. You just don't want to add a lot of weight, with the.
And it's not heavy. It's the unit's maybe, I don't know, 5 pounds or something. It's not.
Yes, it should be. Anyway. But whatever it is, yeah, it's one of those things where it's like either you rush it or you wait.
Well, I don't want to do a half-ass job, so I'll either just mount it on a temporary basis to get up to Florida and then do it right, or if I can get somebody to quickly, fabricate something. That's unlikely. So,
you're gonna be back to Florida by what day?
We're planning to be back there December 9th, 10th, sometime around there.
When are you leaving? When are you going to leave? When are you going to go? Are you going to the Bahamas this same season then?
Well, so then I want to put the dogs and Amy on the boat.
Yeah.
I want to swap rudders, so it's going to be here in St. Pete for a couple of weeks, just to swap rudders. I don't think there's anything else I need to do besides rudders, but it might be a good idea to get new props. I don't know. And then
engine mounts.
Engine mounts.
Yeah, have you checked those?
Yeah, they looked okay in the survey.
Yeah. They sure don't last very long.
Okay, I'll get them checked.
Has a lot to do with your lateral movement of your, like mine are brand new, and all of a sudden I was under the water with the motors running, and I could see my sail drive vibrating, and the other one wasn't. So I'm like. That's a motor mount issue, and I was like, just replace those.
Huh. Okay.
Anyway, I don't know. Just motor mounts is one of those things that they're easy to do. It's just they're like, I don't think they last near as long as if you would expect them to. Like a motor mounts in your car, they last the entire length of
Yeah, 10 years. Yeah.
you never replace those, but I don't know. Anyway, but no, so you're going to try to make it to the Bahamas for a couple of months before you head back?
Well, then the plan is then go to the Bahamas, go to Key West, hit the Bahamas, come back for the Miami boat show, right?
February, yeah.
Mid-February, that's the 14th. So
we might be there. We might try to be there for that.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I'm gonna need a place to stay.
You won't have a boat? That's right. Well, you can stay on our boat then.
Yeah, we're actually I think the first thing that we're gonna do when we get if we sell the boat in January, we're gonna go say hi to Lorelei in Florida. Yeah, because we're heading in that general direction. You might as well go say hi and hang out for a few, and
Absolutely.
then because we got to buy a truck, buy like a camper, and then drive around for months and months, and then but we're still going to try to be involved in the sailing community. I'm hoping that that wherever we land, even before we land there, after we land there, that I find opportunities to go out with other people who are either one just need another person on their boat.
Right.
That I'm not going to go get my license. I'm not going to try to market myself and become whatever. But like Jim is doing, he's going out and I don't know what his history is, but for me, I just want to go and be on someone's boat and help them out a little bit.
Yeah.
Make sure that they're prioritizing what's important, what's not important, and just be able to enjoy the life on someone else's boat.
That's why.
That's always the better way.
That's right. So I should have started with that, but I would have bought a boat anyway. But no, so maybe I can end with that and just enjoy being on other people's boats, helping other people out when they need help, and that that whatever I'm doing for income allows for that.
Yeah, right. Awesome. That's a nice vision.
I don't know. I mean, maybe. I mean, that's why I'll probably stay involved in the community just so I can have those opportunities. Yeah, who knows? Like, hey, it's just you and Amy, and you're like, yeah, I sure could use a crew for a couple of weeks. Like, hey, Valerie, you want to go down and hang out with them for a week or two? Like, yeah, sure. Why not? So hopefully we have.
I plan to be friends with all of you a long time.
Yeah, and then that's really why we're trying to we're not going to get a dog, because we have to find someone to watch them while we went and did anything, and so we're going to try to keep our lives pretty simple and manageable. Or if we were to disappear because we also want to go back to see our kids and some of our friends back there, and so that requires us to not have too many things tying us down wherever we go. So we're going to try not to have a job.
Job, such a job.
I love that. I love you, man.
if I could. I don't know if I can, but anyway, whatever. All right. Well, hey, I'm gonna let you guys go.
Okay, it's been fun. Thank you so much, Jeff.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Jeff. That's been great.
Good meeting you, Jim, and it looks like you got a pretty good plan. So,
Well, with Jim, I can't go wrong.
yeah.
But we'll see. Time will tell.
You just never know. You just
Never know.
But it was one of those things where hopefully Jim will let you know what a crisis is and what's not a crisis.
Yeah.
It's never a crisis until the boat sinks.
That's what
we're thinking, then that's a crisis.
Right. But as new boat owners, you never think that that's a crisis. You think the battery went dead. Now it's a crisis. Well, not really.
No,
it's
an inconvenience.
Yeah, exactly. It's an inconvenience. We'll get to it. Meanwhile, let's not let it ruin our day.
Right.
So
exactly.
that's where Valerie and I that's where I went wrong when I bought this boat. I thought everything was a crisis, and it turns out it's not. So we're going to try to enjoy it for the next couple of months.
Nice.
If nobody buys it, we'll enjoy it a little bit longer.
That's right.
So who knows where we'll be. All right, guys. You have a great night.
Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate it.
Good chatting.
Bye, Valerie.
Bye.
Valerie says bye. Have a good one.